Hey, 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 welcome everybody. It's Saturday. Welcome to the Great Maker Chat live stream. My name is Jerry. I live in Las Vegas. I'm retired. I have all kinds of hobbies and I print way too much stuff. And each and every Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific, I go live on YouTube and Twitch. And I invite up to 10 makers in, including myself. And we just talk about, you know, what we're printing, lasers, CNC, painting, resin, food, a little bit of everything. And I've got a couple guys in the back room. I'll share out the link when anyone wants to drop in and chat with us. And thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. If it wasn't for each and every one of you, we wouldn't be doing this every week. So thank you very much for being here. Let me bring in who we got in the back room and we'll get going. Hello, Matt. How are you? You're muted.
Yeah, I'm all right. Just a bit worried about my dog. I think it's time for her. So,
well, that's not good. Let me bring in our other guest we have at the moment. Esther Printer Liam. Hello, hello.
Howdy.
Let's see who we got. Chad here. Sergio was here earlier asking for the link and I posted it. We got Non-Fam. Hello, Alan. SBC 3D. Hello, hello. Shadell 3D, hello. T Sparky, how you doing? Guy the Jedi. 3DP UK.
Hey, how are you doing?
Chris Travis, hello, hello. Blasto Supreme.
Hey, Blasto.
And we have another guest coming in. We've got Sergio, HVAC, A to Z. Hey, Sergio.
Hey, everyone.
Hey,
how are you doing?
How you doing?
Messing with my bamboo lab. Had a problem. Started yesterday.
You're a little bit dark, and
There's an echo.
Jerry, that echo is getting worse.
Hold on. Let me see.
My echo's getting worse?
Yeah, it's not just it's Jerry.
Oh, hold on. You know why? Because I'm not running it through StreamYard.
No, it's not that.
The echo's coming from me, I believe, and I got to figure out how to fix it. Yeah, chat's hearing it too. Oh, the intro music is still playing. I forgot that. Sorry. Thanks about the music.
You got it?
Did that help echo at all?
No. We need to do something with the audio. I think your mic is picking up your speakers.
Okay, on my desktop, I'm going to change my source. If it sounds better when I keep talking, give me a thumbs up.
It's actually us when we speak.
How about now?
Keep going.
Now?
Keep going. No, still there.
Still there? Still there?
Yeah.
Oh, it ain't me then.
How about now?
Well, it's for us to try.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we did that already, Dave. It's definitely Jerry's side.
I'm hearing a fluttering sound.
Sounds like a helicopter.
Let me go back into my settings and see if I can find it.
Yeah, there is some interference going on.
Mute yourself right now.
Testing.
No. 1, 2, 3. No more echo.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
No more echo. But we still hear that sound in the background now.
That fluttering I didn't hear before.
Yeah, that only happened when Sergio joined, I think.
Okay, let me mute him for a second and I'll keep talking. Okay, I'm still talking. He's muted.
Yeah, so that fluttering is coming from Sergio's side.
Okay, it's not a big deal.
Is there a fan
He's in
on
a
in your
war
room,
zone.
Sergio?
It's helicopters outside. He's in Afghanistan. It's fine.
Yeah, it's his private helicopter on the roof is what's making the noise.
It's real. I can barely hear it.
Oh, you know what it is? Hold on. I think I know.
You've got a fan or something blowing on your mic. Is either that or it's Sergio's private helicopter
coming into land.
Yeah. Sergio hasn't told us all, but he's really a billionaire and he travels around doing HVAC repairs in a helicopter. Hey, just
Derek, hello. How are you doing today?
Gone now?
No.
Hey, Tio. No, I still hear it. It's real minor, but I hear it.
Yeah. So tell us about your bamboo.
So yesterday, as I was printing, I had all of a sudden I couldn't keep a first layer. You know what? I think it's the microphone from this camera. Let me get out and use the other camera. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely his size.
So
And
did
your
my echo
echo's
go away?
Your
That's
echo's
still there. Hey, Joe, how you doing today? Yeah, I'm not sure what's causing my echo at the moment.
Yeah, it's only when we speak because your microphone is your speakers. Your mic is picking up your speakers.
It shouldn't be because my mic is way up here, speakers are way back there, and usually I have them sitting way back.
Is there microphone modes? Do you have different modes in your microphone where it's going to be on focus in different directions?
Echo canceling, I'll just turn off and see if that changes anything. I turned off echo canceling.
1, 2. Nope, not. It's even worse. So we're going to do today's show without Jerry on mute.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Is it thermal runaway?
Are you saying I actually can talk?
I'm hearing
I'm
a
not
thermal
saying a
runaway.
word.
Oh,
You're
shit.
the one who's not causing trouble for yourself, not me.
I don't have to talk over anybody?
So I got
Damn.
I got an
That
update.
feels good. That's how it feels to be actually recognized.
Hey, Louise, how are you?
Listened to. Hey, babe.
Oh, we have to listen to you? God, that's not part of the deal.
Ah. Well, I had some good news and some bad news. Let's start with the bad news first. Like I said in the beginning, my dog's not doing well. She's almost 17, and if Monday comes, she might not be with us anymore.
Well,
Anyway.
they're old, yeah.
And good news is I got some filament in from America. And hold on, where's my screen? Here it is.
Oh, from Polymaker?
Yeah. I'm the only one in the country who has one.
What is
Echo
it?
gone?
Oh, the line. The
Yeah, chopper's gone.
The
yeah, but the
sparkle
echo's
green
on
one.
Jerry's side.
It's expensive. Oh.
Hey, Betty Boop, how you doing?
So tell us
That's
about
kind
the
of funny.
bamboo.
I was talking to you guys. I said, I hear thermal runaway, and it was my printer in the front room I've been having trouble with.
Yeah, go on anyway. Yeah, Sergio.
Oh, perfect.
muted.
I like the way he sounds.
Sergio,
Sign language, we can't hear you. No,
Nope, don't hear you.
it's like an old
I know
Chinese
my
movie.
OBS
Let's
is playing
move
up
and run
too.
here now.
There's some kind of update with OBS. It's kind of screwed with OBS, I think. Actually make
How about
something nice.
yeah, we can hear you.
Am I echoing?
No.
No, Jerry is creating the echo on his side.
Oh, okay. But it's not me, right?
No,
Okay.
it's everybody. Jerry's creating it for everybody.
Okay. So all of a sudden, the X1 carbon couldn't put down the first layer. All kinds of problems. So I started investigating. Last night I just said, "The hell with it! I'll do it tomorrow morning." So I'm trying to figure out what the hell is happening. And all of a sudden, I said, "Well, I started checking the hot end, and what do I find? You see it?
Wow.
I have
That's
seen
bad.
other people reporting that issue. Other people have come and had that happen.
No, I'll tell you what caused it. Hold up. Give me a second. So I know what caused it. So I was checking, it does a prime line in the back on the right-hand corner.
Can you mute yourself, please, Jerry?
I'm gonna go turn off OBS too.
All right.
Go ahead, Sergio.
Okay.
So all of us, you know where it does the prime line in the right-hand corner in the back?
Mine does it in the front, but okay.
Okay, well, it does both. One doesn't. It does the X1 carbon does one in the front and one on the right-hand side in the back. And what I noticed was, it was the line that's all the way in the back was very close, to that tab that stops the plate.
Yeah, with the little slot in it.
Yeah. So what happened? It looks like eventually it hit that, and that's what bent it. So I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't right because it shouldn't be extruding that close to that peg. Turns out the bed had moved.
Mm.
So I have to find out what I need to tighten it down because it obviously shifted.
You mean the magnetic bed moved?
Yes, the bed itself.
Painter's tape on the sides.
Huh?
Painter's tape.
Well,
Blue tape on each side. Painter's tape. That's very loud.
What was that?
Sorry.
Yeah, so painter's tape on the side.
I'm sorry, the what side?
Blue tape on each side. Put the bed on. Blue tape on each side. It won't shift.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. I'm serious.
The llama fix.
The llama
No,
fix, yeah.
It's the whole bed moved.
Oh, you had the whole bed shift.
The whole bed.
How could
had
that happen?
shifted
Because it's
enough.
actually attached to the Z screws, 3 of them.
Well, the screws are tight. The ones that I checked, but underneath it appears that there's some other screws. So I got to look into that. Because right now, and I think it caused another problem because I can't do a first layer for nothing. Hold on, let me show you. If I print something small, I'm okay. But something large, the bed won't. What the hell? Oh, hold on, I'm missing something here.
Well, I'm printing on my whole bed. I'm still having my vertical artifacts, and they don't have a solution. Hey, Jer. Still
Am
there.
I better? Better?
Still there.
Huh. Okay. So.
Yeah, you need to turn on the sensitivity of your mic and maybe do some adjustment in your mic settings.
That better?
1, 2, 3. It's gone.
So I'm going to share my screen. Hold up. Let's see.
What was it?
I don't know. An audio setting in StreamYard. Anyway. Yeah. Less echo. Okay. Hope so.
Okay. Didn't come up.
Here we go.
There we go. So look at that.
Oh, wow. No adhesion at all. And which bed is that?
That one is the textured PEI.
No, I'm using the PEI and I have no problems with it whatsoever.
I never. That's all I've been printing on, and I've never had a problem until that happened yesterday. So I noticed that when it's extruding, as it's drawing the lines are very bubbly and uneven. So I'm thinking when the hot end got bent, I'm thinking that maybe it was trying to force the filament. Maybe the gears are all full of junk or something.
Possibly.
So
ladies and gentlemen, we've got a special guest. We've got Kieran, which is known as Decibel, over on MakerDeck. Hey,
well, no, he's not special.
I've been tested. I'm not special.
That's your wife's boyfriend.
Everybody's special.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, Kieran.
How's it going?
Hey, Kieran.
Yeah, Brandy's secret boyfriend. Just don't tell Jerry.
Yeah.
Secret, but not so secret. I mean,
That's where I'm at so far.
that looks great. That looks
Wow.
great, Sergio.
So far.
Looks
But-
really good.
So I was working on the long
Hard the
arm,
arm. Yeah.
and now I can't print till I find out what the problem is.
If the nozzle's bent, have you replaced the nozzle and retried your print? Relevel the bed?
Yeah, I replaced the nozzle, but I do have an extruder. I did buy an extra one, so that will be the next thing.
Wow, that sucks.
And check and see.
I would say clean the one you got first.
You would what?
I would clean the one you got first.
Yeah. Well, I got to pull it out though.
Did you clean the bed with IPA?
Yes. I did
Well, no,
everything.
sorry, let me rephrase that. Did you clean the bed first with dishwasher soap and then IPA after it dries?
No.
Because finger grease, if you touch the bed, will actually stop layer adhesion, right? And the washing with IPA will not remove grease; it just spreads it around. So dishwasher will cut the grease away, because dishwasher soap is dishwasher liquid is really good for grease. And then let dry it off, and then IPA to remove the soap.
I was going to do that. It's a matter of fact, while you guys talk, I'm going to go wash that plate and try a first layer again.
Okay, yeah.
Be
So
right
HC, I'll show you, instead of telling you, let me show you. Let me get some examples, and I'll show you what's happening.
What's new, Karen? Hey, what have you been up to?
Not much, you know, same old, same old. Keeping a low profile. Yeah, it's all good.
What
Living the
time
dream
is it
as
in
always.
Australia right now?
Just after 5:15 in the morning. For me.
Ouch. You're early.
I'm a
Is
sad,
X1
sad person.
Carbon's having an issue?
X1C.
Yep.
Somebody asked.
So Jerry, pop me up full screen. So it's the P1P. Now, I've been on with support. They've offered suggestions. They actually came back with a new one today, which I've already tried myself, but I'm trying it again, and I'm getting the same result. You see, do you see those lines? Those vertical lines, top to bottom. They're not so bad there.
Yeah, it's all over.
Or here,
Yeah.
every print, and they initially said print faster. I'm going to print faster or slow. It doesn't matter. It decreases when I get to about 490 millimeters, but it doesn't go away. When they asked me to try today printing at 200 millimeters after doing some playing with the belts, and didn't fix it. So how did you fix it with your X1C? Because I'm going to try it on the P1P, because they're basically the same machine. Right, there's a few differences, but they're basically structure-wise are the same machine. So what did you do with yours, HC?
Yeah, I got an email about the glue that they have on sale right now. It looks a lot like what's that other glue that had the damp? I have some of that other glue. It looks similar.
Like Magic Goo.
You gave it up?
Exactly. Yeah.
Lightspeed wants to see the lines again.
Sure, Stephen. I'll show you in the blue. It's easier to see in the blue. It's better. Let me turn it that way. It's easier. There. Those vertical lines, straight down lines all over. You can actually feel them. So they're trying to solve it. Other people have reported this issue as well. I'm not the only person that's seen this problem.
If it was Microsoft, it'd be put down to an undocumented feature.
Well, it's not going to be deemed as that because I'm still within my 30 days. And if they don't figure it out soon, I'm going to ask to switch it out with a different machine.
Well, I'm going to take this bed. We're going to wash it and see.
So I'm not giving up on it.
We shall see.
They've said that I've tried belt tensioning, I've tried loosening it, I've tried tightening it. I've actually tested the belt tension. I've actually used a sound meter to check the tone of the belt tension. It's not pure belt tension.
I'll be back.
That's what Arnold said until he didn't.
So I know the Voron V0s had an issue like this, and the issue on theirs was a bad stepper motor. So that's a possibility too. So
How
I'm working with support to try and figure it out, because there are other people who have this problem and they haven't solved it for anybody yet. I'm not stopping though. I'm gonna keep at it, and within my 30 days, and if they don't solve it, I'm gonna say, all right, guys. So did you loosen the balls and pull the entry back? Yes.
I've
I
seen
went
three
through
videos.
the whole
I've
bell
seen
system.
3 videos on YouTube this morning where the V400 Delta was faster than at 400 millimeters a second than a Bamboo Labs was at 500 millimeters a second. Comparison video on 3 different videos, and it has all the numbers and the specs, and they're really in depth on a couple of the videos. And anyway,
It's mechanical, I'm almost sure. So I've been through it all. I've loosened the belts. I've checked all the idlers. I've checked it all. Everything seems to be moving freely. I've retensioned them all. I actually use, instead of just tensioning them just by feel, I actually I haven't tried the idlers yet. So no, I haven't gone that way. But I've tried the I actually used an audio program to listen to the sound of the belt to get the tension of them the same on both axes.
Have you tried swapping your power circuit? What you got it plugged into?
It's in its own circuit on its own.
Yeah, but
That's my first try.
change your power circuit just to see what it does, because it's so
good.
regular.
Possibly.
Yeah,
I
I
would
still
try
have
it.
to
Yeah,
I could try that.
yeah.
do the lines right there.
But let's put it this way. I use all my other printers on there. Every other printer on there. I have run it on that system, and right, I use that on. I have a dedicated circuit for my printers, and with everything else off, that's what's running on it. So there's no interference coming across the power lines that interfering with it. I know we were going with that. I thought about that too.
Yeah. You just one bit of interference screwing up one of your steppers or something. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not that. I've tried.
these are by Tom Lama. The one in red, the one on the right, the black one is Polymaker Polyterra filament, carbon black, I think it is. I done that on my Kitty iFast or Chitty, whatever you call it.
Chitty, yeah.
The one on the left is a red translucent from Ziltech that I did on my CR10, which I was having thermal runaway problems with. And after I printed that, I tried to print this Pikachu, and I printed it 4 times, and I couldn't get up past the first couple layers. I kept getting a thermal runaway. It's got a Petspang V2 hot end on it with a 50-15 fan. I reduced it from 100% down to 40%. Once I reduced it to 40% after 4 or 5 hours, that's how far it got until it kicked the thermal runaway. So now I resliced the file, kicked it down to 30%, and I just checked, as you guys heard a noise earlier. I said, ooh, somebody's having a thermal runaway. It's only about 2 inches tall, and it happened again. So I'm not sure why it's happening. But the hot end it's getting a fluctuation of temperature when it's getting so high. And it has a sock on it, but the side where the thermistor and the heater go in, obviously there's nothing there. And the blower fan, which is next to it, should be angled underneath it. So I'm not really sure why I'm getting a thermal runaway. And here's a picture of the printer right here. Once I get it working properly again, I'll put it up for sale, but I've got to make sure that it works perfect for a week of prints before I relist it. I'm not going to sell somebody a broken printer saying, yeah, it works fine. I don't do that unless I list it as being broke.
Yeah. So, I'll imagine the axes all seem to be moving freely and clean.
Hey, Vincent.
So I don't have an issue with that. Vincent, are you feeling better? You were sick last week. That's why you're in the hospital with COVID.
Wow. I hope you get better.
Well, that answers my question, doesn't it? You're not feeling better.
No.
Because last weekend we were going. Well, like last week he reached out to me and he said that we're going to.
Hello, Brandy.
It's the same issue because I printed Stephen with their files that they pre-sliced on the SD card.
Well, Robin.
Same results. So it's not the slice. It's not, and I've used their files. I've used my files. I've used their standard profiles and everything when I'm doing my own slicing, and it gets the same effect.
Yeah, Robin buys and DIYs. I recognize you from Dave Gatton's live stream last week. I recognize the name. So thank you very much for coming over and subscribing and watching us today. I appreciate
That's
it.
what I'm worried about.
Dave Gatton has a great channel all about CNCs.
I didn't feel anything catch, but I've as I said, the Voron V0 had the VO1 had issues at one point, and of similar effects, and it actually was a stepper. The stepper motors themselves are bad. So it's hard to tell. There could be a 101. I don't have all the spare parts to throw into it, but it could be one of 50 issues. But I'm leaning towards it's more of a mechanical problem, because all the other tweaks and tensions and everything that none of it has solved it. It's possible it could be input shaping, and if that's the case, the input shaping board is bad. Again, that's a mechanical problem. I would deem that as a mechanical problem. That the board is faulty. It's not the extruder, because it's not inconsistent layer heights. It's actually our layer thickness. It's a kind of a rippling effect, and you can actually feel it. It's very, very light, but you can feel it. So I think it's more of an axis problem, and I think I'm leaning more towards it's mechanical though. And I've tried everything they've sent me. So I'll give them a few more attempts to come up with a solution. After that, I'll say, look, guys, just send me a replacement. When they get it, I'll ship the old one back to you.
And my wife got her helmet last week. I think I showed you this last week, but I won this over in DB Dan's live stream from BC over on and Royal Nomi over on Twitch, their channel. And they printed it out and sent it out. So there's my wife with her helmet on.
It does it itself, Dave.
And here's what I'm currently printing, a model by Sanix of Wednesday. Currently got that going right now. Got a second picture of it. Let me load up the picture and I'll show you. And here's a render of it right here.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, it's nice.
That's what I'm currently working on.
Isn't he doing a giveaway, isn't he, for a gift card? Is it Sanix that's doing it? Or it's what's the other guy that does the armor?
There's a lot of people out there, I'm not sure.
Oh, I got an email.
Galactic Armory does one, the other one is
Do 3D?
Let me find it. I got an email this morning and it's talked about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Vincent, and it looks like he's in the hospital. Hey, Vincent.
how's it going, Vincent? Well, yeah.
Well, we
be
know
all
how
right?
it's not going. It's Nico Industries has got a giveaway going on.
Okay, Nico.
So, how's your breathing? Okay.
How long have you been in there? 2 days?
2 days. Yeah.
You can't talk very well, right? Oh. Well, damn it. I hope you get better. I've been in the hospital a few years ago, and it's no fun. The first time I went, it's like, well, this is cool. Never been here before. And then that was that went away
Yeah,
fast.
famous last words. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the best place to be, though. If you've
Are
got
you
a problem,
are you in a room with somebody else, or you're by yourself? With someone else?
And it's late
Yeah.
at night there, so
Well, that's kind of terrible if you're with someone
that's why
else.
he's not talking. Well, another reason why he can't talk is there's other people in the room with him and he can't speak
Yeah.
because they're probably sleeping.
Well, damn it, man. I hope you get better.
And you should be sleeping and getting your rest rather than being on here with us. So you go get rest, okay, instead of hanging out with us, because
We'll pray for you, buddy.
You
Have
need
a
the
great.
strength
Take
to
care.
fight
Take
that.
it easy.
See ya.
all right, man, you take care.
it's not good. I mean, my boss was in the hospital just before Christmas with it, and she came out Christmas Eve, and she's still got lung problems. She was getting CT scans yesterday. She's still got lung problems and breathing
Wow.
problems.
Oh, people do. But I know some friends of mine, over the last 2 weeks they had it, and they're fine.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone
But-
gets affected differently. It all depends. Yeah.
But they
There's
had
no
all
idea.
their shots. They were up to date
Yeah.
and everything. They live a good lifestyle, so a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
So they're
She's
doing
had, we've
okay.
all had the shots and everything else, but she's got asthma, which compounds the problem, which makes it
Yeah,
worse. So.
that's my thing. I'm an asthmatic, so I like. And it's
Yeah,
not very
you don't wanna
bad,
get it.
but it's bad. It's enough for me to be cautious. And so far,
Yeah, yeah.
touch on wood, I've avoided it. You know.
I got my
Yeah.
4th shot a few weeks ago. I do not wear my mask when I go out, but I have it with me in case I'm ever in a crowd of people where I feel uncomfortable. I'll put it on. And then if I go to a doctor's office, usually you have to wear them inside a doctor's office. So I always keep it with me. Oh,
Well,
cool.
there's no putting it together. There's plug it in,
No,
and
it's unpacking it. Yeah, unpacking it.
unpack it, plug in the tube, and put on this. I don't like their spool holder. I really don't like their spool holder.
That one on the back. Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's not. Well, one that's on the back. That's one thing.
Mm.
But there's two screws that hold it in place, the two bolts that hold it in place, protrude out. And if you have a spool with any ribbing along the edge, right in there, the center, it catches on that.
Hello, Kate. How are you doing today?
Spoon failure.
Welcome.
Kate,
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be a mod soon to just put a bearing spool on the back of a bracket.
oh yeah, well, it's either that or you'll have to put something smooth in between the two, so,
There's a
so it,
spacer.
does,
There's a
it doesn't
spacer,
catch.
yeah.
You've seen this, Kieran, haven't you? My
Ooh.
my venting Starship.
Well,
No, I still
Okay,
think
okay.
it's something else.
He's vaporizing cannabis oil. He just doesn't want to tell us. So he don't
It's
get in
actually just
trouble.
water.
that's nice.
It's
Where's
just
the
water
element
vapor.
in the
Very cool.
in the fuel tanks? Yeah.
Yeah, well, you
Sweet.
put water.
Yeah.
The fuel tank, if you fill the fuel tank, it's the right amount to fill the reservoir down here.
Yeah.
And it vents.
Sweet.
So it's a humidifier.
Well, hopefully within the next couple of weeks they'll launch.
And look, it moves.
Damn.
So when are you planning to go into space into that?
I'm
We'll
already
chip
a
in.
space
We'll
cadet. I
chip
don't need
in.
to go to space.
On my
to be
only,
a
but
space
we'll all
cadet.
chip in. Yeah.
Here's a picture of the real one right here.
Yeah,
That's a
well, they've
beautiful
actually
picture.
unstacked it, and they're going to have to restack it again. After they did a wet dress rehearsal on Monday, I believe it was Monday, and then after that they unstacked it and they took it in. They took the Starship into the bay. They moved it back to the bay. So unless they're putting a different design up there, well, not a new modified version up there, I don't know, but they're talking about March for a launch.
Oh, now it's March, and we're saying February.
No, they were saying March. Musk even said March. He said the chances are they're going to do multiple wet dress rehearsals first,
Mhm.
and then eventually they'll launch it once they have it down, because like this will be the first time this thing is ever launched, so they need to get it right. Sorry guys, I have a call coming in. Hold on 1 second.
All right. I was just looking on Twitch how to delete that, but I'll just ignore it.
It's okay. It went straight to voicemail, so it's okay. It went to voicemail. I'll get it in a moment.
Kate wants to know where you're from, Matt. He's over in the UK.
He's out of here. It doesn't matter. He's not around.
He's gone. Yeah.
Kieran, Decibel down below is in Australia. The three up top are in the United States. I'm in Las Vegas, and Tactile 3D is in the UK.
Yeah, take care
Right,
of it.
Vincent. Look after yourself.
Take care. Be safe.
Yeah, so
See you, Vince.
so I'm still using the Bamboo Labs for printing.
You broke your laser.
Laser? Which laser?
What happened? Which laser and what happened?
Oh, you're in it? Okay. In Carolinas. Yeah, Jerry and I have some lasers. Sergio has a laser. Do you Kieran?
X-Tool D1. Yeah, I have an X-Tool
No,
D1.
no. Close
I
as I
don't
get
have
to a
the
laser,
X-Tool.
I've got a laser pointer in a drawer. That's about as close as I got to a laser.
I
I've got
think
a
the only
couple of
hobby guy
those.
cracked his lens on his X-Tool D1 at some point, and mine is working fine, but I haven't used it in quite a while.
Yeah.
So you got a
Pretty
fancy
much.
one.
Yeah.
It's a green. Mine is a green laser.
Yeah, green's the best.
There is
Well-
this thing. What the
Oh, you
hose
broke the
broke,
air
the
assist?
fitting broke where it hooks up. I have a ComGrow air assist on the ComGrow, but I don't have air assist on my X-Tool D1. But what broke the fitting or bracket or
So yeah, I use a green one because it's for astronomy, Kieran.
hello, Stephen?
Yeah, and for presentations and that, when you have your projector walls and that, the green shows up, red doesn't work on
It
them.
does, but it
so-
reflects an awful lot back into the
Yeah,
audience
yeah,
too,
so-
though. It's good for if you have a flat screen TV that you're using, because it'll show up. A red laser will not show up on a flat screen TV. But on a normal projector screen, a red laser is fine. But the green laser is great for astronomy because you can see the beam in the green laser because it reflects off the dust in the atmosphere.
Yeah, more
You can actually see
more
the beam.
backscatter off it. Yeah, more
Yeah.
backscatter off it.
Bamboo Lab just put out a new PLA. This is called PLA Metal.
Oh, it's got
And
glitter in it.
it's nice.
Is there actually glitter? Is there actually metal piece in it, or is it just glitter?
I don't think so. They call it PLA Metal. I brought two. I bought this, and I bought a. It's called.
Oh, okay. That's where the air
Insigniam
goes in. The
Gold
air plugs in. Jerry.
Metallic.
So, I recommend use a 0.6 nozzle because if it's got
metal,
glitter effect inside in it, if it's got a glitter effect inside in it,
It's more like silk, isn't it, Sergio?
or is it just a silk, or has it got glitter in it?
I don't think it's got metal in it. I think
No, but any glitter at all. Does it have a glitter effect?
Any particles? Yeah.
Well, I'm
Or
going
is
to
it just
find
like
out.
a silk, like a shiny
if
silk?
if it's got any glitter effect, if it's got a glitter effect inside in it, chances are it's got glitter or some additive in there that creates the glitter, and you need a 0.6 nozzle for that because there's a high chance it'll clog a 0.4.
Yeah, I have a 0.6 and I have I think a 0.8.
Mm.
They call this cobalt blue metallic.
Yeah, so like a silk, like a shiny. Yeah.
If it's
Not-
only a
no-
silk,
no-
then you don't need it. It's fine. But if there is glitter particles in there, if you can see them, like the galaxy type of materials, then you need to go up a nozzle size to a 0.6.
And those watch, okay, on YouTube, we've got 19 people watching. Twitch, we have 7. I'll make my screen bigger, and anybody on Twitch who wants to do a drop game, it's running. And YouTube, this is a Twitch thing.
Yeah, okay, that L-shaped thing is very fragile on those. Yeah, if it hits something, they do break. But that's just where the air assist tube plugs into the nozzle to provide air. So yeah, at least
Bionic.
they're easy to replace.
Wrong filament. Damn it.
Somebody just asked me where I'm from.
Yep.
Yeah, we told
UK.
you are from Uranus,
Hey,
but we didn't
86.51.
pronounce it that way.
Thanks, mate.
Damn
Yeah.
it.
I bought a homemade cone one. One a homemade
Yeah,
one. A tree
Derek
one.
painted his paw. He printed a big paw like mine over in the UK, and it's painted. Looks great. I'll find a picture here in a minute, and I'll show you. But no, mine's still not done yet.
Yeah,
Find the picture,
Gary's version of Paul will be done right after when Echo 1 is done.
Now, to be fair, Liam, he did paint Betty Boop, so we'll get there in the
Yeah,
end.
and that looked great though.
Yeah, here's Derek's paw right here. Looks
I
good.
love it. You know, I print a lot of stuff, and a lot of the stuff that I do, like my wife is, it's okay, and she's not into rockets or anything. That vaporizer, that rocket one, she thought it was really cool. She actually liked it.
If you're not cutting, you don't need air assist on a diode laser. If you're not cutting anything, it's not necessary. If you're just engraving,
It helps keep the lenses cleaner though when you have the air
true.
assist.
But after every job, just wipe it off. But
Hmm.
most of my lasers, I don't have air assist, and it's perfectly fine. And you can cut
see.
without it. If you have it, that's awesome. It helps on your cutting.
Oh yeah,
How
I
about
do
laser
His
some
with
ball holder's
cleans?
quite loose on it.
How about a laser on a printer what cleans the printer nozzle?
Say that again.
You know, like that you can put the printer nozzle, drive in like a garage or something, and there's like a laser inside, and the laser would clean the nozzle from the black stuff. What sometimes
It wouldn't do it. It would just burn
No?
it.
Oh,
if it's powerful enough to do that, it's powerful enough to damage the nozzle as well.
Exactly.
oh,
So
damn.
HC, if it doesn't fit, get yourself a small self-tapper screw, and that'll solve the problem.
Do you see mine, Kieran? How mine got bent?
Yeah, I saw the bent. Yeah.
Hey Sergio,
It's-
get bent.
It shows you how powerful.
It's a
It shows you how
wishbone.
powerful the steppers are to do that.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Now
It's a
the
fa-
question
it's a fast
is,
machine.
the question is, when it did that, did it actually knock your housing askew as well, which is why you got your problem because it's no longer vertical horizontal.
It wouldn't do
You've got
that.
damaged your-
Because the heat break is really thin, so that
Yeah,
would give
yeah.
way first.
Yeah. And it's quite separated from, so the top of this of this thing is not attached to the extruder. It's just
sitting there.
it just lines up perfectly under it, but it's not physically attached to the extruder.
Hey, Papa Bear.
That base app's pretty cool. I haven't used it in a long time.
Yeah, that one did work really well. It's it's a hard life for the dogs.
There's Paul.
Yeah.
He's not painted. That's how he still looks. There's my Enterprise. I got hanging on the ceiling.
That's a lovely
painting.
print.
I threw some primer on it.
Is that the default size, or did you
No, it's like 250% scale.
Wow, you printed that, Jerry?
Yeah, I got three.
He's been hanging over his head. Show him, Jerry. Go live.
Here's another one that I've done that's real big. It's painted green, but not finished.
Nice.
This one's not finished. I got three of them. I got two hanging. One's not.
Are they hanging over your head still, Jerry?
This one isn't, but the other two are.
Nice.
If Jerry stands up, you can see it over his head. He's got it hanging over there. Go full screen, Jerry.
They don't look that big from here, but they are.
Yeah, the Bird of Prey and the NCC 1701, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah. That reminds me, I need to go order filament. I saw the stack of filament behind you, Jerry, and I need to go order some.
Yeah, I've got like 12 rolls of Ziltech there. I've got 12 different colors waiting on the Bamboo Lab. So, and then TH3D Tim sent me out 2 rolls of filament. I'm going to do a video on it. He mentioned it last week about a giveaway. His girlfriend had mentioned it, and it's
he got engaged.
Yes, he did last
in
week
his live stream.
on his live stream.
Yeah, Tim actually proposed in his live stream.
And this color right here, it's kind of hard to see. It looks like a purplish green, maybe.
Maybe
I'm not sure, but I'm going to do a video on it for him.
Is it a two-tone or is it a rainbowish?
That looks two-tone.
It's what's the brand called? Go to his page right here. Filament.
Let me show you this color.
Spaghet. SPAGHET by TH3D Studios. And that's what I'll be giving away a roll today. They donated the roll to be given away today. So in about an hour, we'll give away one roll. It'll be to the USA only. What they have in stock. So I'll give you the link once you win. You go to his website, let me know what you want, and he'll get it mailed out to you right away. And you'll probably get a Smartie with it too. Smarties are always good. Love Smarties. So, and then the second roll, he sent me out, which is a different brand. It's kind of a flesh color. So that'll be good because Ziltech didn't have any, so I can use this on the Bamboo Lab. So that'll be perfect.
I received some filament too from America.
Look at that color. That's IC3D Blue Raspberry Recycled PETG.
Nice.
You can see the ripple effect in there.
Raspberries are definitely not blue, so what do they call it? Blue raspberry.
It is a bluish, turquoisey blue color. Well, you just look here. You can see the vertical lines there.
It's looking green. It's looking green from my screen. The wheels.
Yeah, it looks. It is. It's a turquoisey color. It's a greeny blue. It's nice though.
This is sparkle green.
You usually bang into Kate for Jerry's draw. Oh, there you go.
And as far as I know, I'm the only one in Europe who have one. So,
guess what, Liam?
What's up?
It's going down nice.
Ah, see, dish soap to the rescue.
Yep. Let's see.
See, I never touch my beds.
When I don't use RPA. I just use dish soap.
Flexible ones, I never touch them. I take the parts off, or I just lift up the edge of it, I bend it, let them fall off, and that's it.
We currently have 9 entries entered for the giveaway that we'll do in about an hour.
Yeah. I'm sorry I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it works.
What's the wee saying? What's the wee saying there, Matt?
Not Ziltech. Yeah.
What did Louise say?
I can't. no, Luis didn't say anything. Just some people said I win too much and I shouldn't do any more competitions.
It's got to be the long file name. And that's the only thing I can think of because Matt does win an awful lot. That's why when I wanted to win a 150 CNC, I said, hey, Matt, please go enter. Here's when they're going to have the stream. And if you hook me up. But he didn't win. But yeah, he wins a lot. It's got to be that really long name. I don't know. The drawings just seem to like it.
No, I'm a lucky person, I guess.
Yes, you are.
Just
That's what I'm
gliders.
hoping for, you know. Knock on wood and touch the rabbit foot and, you know,
Go to Vegas
whatever
and gamble and buy
else.
some lottery tickets.
I don't play lottery really. My wife does, so Louise.
I mean, I needed 3 in a row. Was it before Christmas and won all 3, and then nothing for a while. It's just like purely random. The machines are random. The different software, and you're just luck of the draw.
Karen, would you like to show off some of your really cool multicolored prints you've done?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
am.
You not have seen them before?
Kate. I'm
Okay.
German.
Terrorism.
We've got
all
quite a
my,
few
Frankfurt.
staff that haven't been here before.
Oh, I know the Frankfurt area. I lived there for 2 years.
Some of my
These
Red
are-
Dad C stuff. Here we go.
These are all 3D printed in individual colors. It's not, he printed all the parts separately and then glued them all together, and that's amazing.
Then they just glue together. You know, right down to the spilling cylinders even spin. So
Oh, look at that. That's neat.
yeah, and yeah, things like.
Yeah, it's been bad.
Yeah, Liam, it's going down real nice.
Good. I love that, man.
Yeah, I like Marvin too.
Nice.
The last one that was quite large. Oh, yeah,
So they're
I'll do
printed in
speedy.
each individual color, printed separately,
Yep.
and then you put them together.
Each is printed individually. Yeah, all the individually.
When the
One colour, one
grandkids
piece.
come over, do they want to take them home?
I've got no grandkids over here. haven't got that problem.
They're all
Oh
in
my
New
God.
Zealand, right?
What part
my
of Germany
grandkid-
were you from, Matt? Kate wants to know.
I'm near from Frankfurt. I was born nearby
Awesome.
Frankfurt.
Yeah, I like that's nice.
Hello, Tom.
I like that.
I
Yeah,
live
I
most
live
of
in
the time
Wiesbaden.
near Hamburg.
I lived in Wiesbaden. Do you know that area?
Yeah, I
Matt?
know this area. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Wiesbaden, yeah.
lived in Wiesbaden for a couple of years, and then I moved to Königstein.
These are all the last.
Schleswig-Holstein, meinst du?
Sorry?
Nothing. It's okay.
Hey, Liam, just so you know,
These are all,
that was my next step
Oh, wow.
was to wash it.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, they want
Yeah,
a
this soap is a cure.
nice sparkle colours. You know,
That's nice.
they're all
Are there
good.
clock springs?
Yeah, clock spring, of course, clock spring, all the print in place magnets, felt lined.
Yeah.
And so I
Very
had a
nice,
request
man.
for some, so I had to print some off for someone wanted some, so I made some off.
Thank you for showing us.
No worries, you're welcome. But all those prints, Tara, they're all free. The models are all free. Red Dad Steve, one word on either printables or Thingiverse. I'll grab a link. Hang on. Let's put the link up for the model. The
Yeah,
model designer.
I have to do on April 1st I have a presentation I have to do on 3D printing for astronomy.
Mm.
So I'm going to bring two printers with me and have them print during the presentation so people can see it happening. And I'm going to bring an ender so people can see like the ender 2, so people can see it printing at normal what everybody else prints at 60 millimeters. And then I'll print the same thing on the Bamboo Labs, and people will see what real speed can be done. So
I'll be right back. I got a package. It says,
Okay.
go check.
I'm looking into paleontology.
Paleontology, yep.
Yeah,
don't follow paleontologizing on.
I know him.
Yeah, he's very good.
And I'm hoping to get some photos from some people I know in a town it's near Frankfurt called Messel, and they have a famous fossil location there. It's basically an old
It's quarry, isn't it?
mine, quarry, yeah.
Quarry? It's
Yeah,
quarry,
quarry,
it's limestone
quarry,
quarry from memory.
yeah.
Yep.
And the stuff what they're finding there is just amazing, and I'm hoping to an old friend of mine who lives there. Maybe can take some pictures and send them to me, because then I can make him into a three-dimensional model.
These are from Tom Lama.
Yeah.
They're over
Like-
on printables.
Like these. Oops. I have to get my light. I don't think.
So
the light...
if you reach out to any of the universities that do research there on that, they'll happily send you stuff.
Yeah. And I'm
So
willing
unless
to
your
trade too,
buddy
you
is a
know.
unless your friend is a paleontologist, the universities are more than happy to share information like that.
Yeah, and I'm looking for specific pictures, because I did already some tests on certain fossils, and certain backgrounds will not come out well.
Yeah, the color differentiation. You need to have a
Yeah.
clear color difference between the background and the fossil. Yeah.
The best thing is if the background is like a light colored, plus
Yeah, fine grain limestone will
skeleton,
work fine. Into the shells will work fine. So you're getting things like all the coral fossils.
plus
or,
the skeleton
yeah.
is painted in. Sometimes I paint the skeleton in the brown so people can see the skeleton better, because the skeleton is basically the same color normally as this, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I paint special paint over it. I think even tea bags, they used to do it in the olden days to stain it.
Bias, yeah.
Yeah, and then so the skeleton pops out, because right now you don't see the skeleton popping out, but if I would color it in with the brown, or then it just will stand out more from the white, you know.
Yeah, or what he could do is he could use something like Photoshop or something and go in and slowly select all the edge of what he wants to keep, and then create a border around it, and pull
Yeah.
one out of the other and dump the background. Then he can then put it onto whatever color background he wants. So it could be done that way as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Hmm.
A
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, it's what's it called?
Actually, the Magic Select in Photoshop would select most of the background in one go by clicking on it, and it would subtract it for you.
All right, I got some batteries now.
Sergio, did you try cleaning that bed and
It
doing
worked.
anything
did.
in the bamboo
He
lab?
did, and it's working. You see, it was working.
Yeah.
It's putting down a nice layer right now.
Right.
Very nice.
Yeah, it comes out great.
So, and I'm
That's
hoping
Matt, that's what Matt looks after an X-ray.
That's an X-ray of you. I mean, come on, you're not even human. This is proof. I gonna make just one for you, right underneath, right there, the scientific name for you, right? And
Go on, what is it?
I don't know. I have to come up with one. So, public out there, if you have any ideas of what name we can give him, what I can put on here, and then send him over as a thank you.
You're welcome, Tara. Those models are pretty good because they will fit together quite nicely. Yeah.
My claim with USPS, I've told you back in December, I sold a model on Etsy of Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
The person received it, the head was broke. They were, I don't do refunds, but they were
Fucked up,
freaking
man.
out that it was damaged and it was for a Christmas present. So dummy me refunded them $250. I said, okay, here's your money back. Mail me back the model. That way you get the money right away and you can use it for Christmas. Fine,
Tom.
they did, but I never got the model back. I
Tom.
insured it, so I put in a claim with USPS.
In Latin, please, Roman Latin.
USPS denied my claim. Why, I don't know. So I went to appeal it on my email, and it said, wait till you get a letter from us in the mail in 7 to 10 days. Read it before you appeal it. So I don't know why in the hell they appealed it, or they denied it, but I put a claim in. I insure everything I ship everybody. I have for years. I put in my first claim on something being wrong, and they denied it. Like, what the hell? So I got to wait till I get the letter and see why they're not paying my claim. I don't know. And I couldn't give out, they wanted the other person's email when I filled out the claim. Well, I sold it on Etsy. I don't have the other person's email. And you have a very limited box you can describe what happened. So I put down my own email where it said to put down the other parties, but I never received any other contact from USPS. So I don't know what's going on.
Call them.
I guess I could try to call them and see.
Call
if I
them and
through
get
to
a
somebody.
person on the phone and talk to a person.
So yeah, it's crazy. That's my rant.
It's
for
a
the day.
government agency. It's going to move slow. So call them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only way to solve all that stuff is get a person on the phone and talk to them.
Yeah.
And then every time you call them, is call the person. Ask for that person every time you call.
Yes, HC each and every week, Saturday 1 p.m. Pacific. I do a live stream on Twitch and YouTube. Liam comes on every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, I believe.
Tuesdays, and I will not be
Tuesday.
on this Tuesday because my son has a swim meet.
Okay.
How rude.
All right.
Of me or my son?
They
Take your
denied
pick.
it because the receiver got it. I'm not sure what that means. I filled out the claim on what I sold. I sent them a picture of what it looked like before and after. And where I had to put in the recipient's email, I put my email in. They reviewed it for 3 weeks. I checked it today and they said it was denied. And I can look up the exact reason why and read it, but they never sent me anything. So I'm, regarding that.
Yeah, I would chase them on it.
Let me pull up the email and I'll read exactly what it says. Maybe I'll get
And
lucky.
Jerry, until in the future, if someone wants to send it back, you say, okay, when I receive it, I'll refund.
Yeah, I know. My son and my wife both told me that, but stupid me felt sorry for him, even though I don't do refunds. And I gave him back the money immediately, thinking they'd be honorable, like most people I know are, and they'd mail me back the model because I already reprinted the head. I can repaint it and I can fix it and relist it, but
yeah, sometimes people are also too lazy to send stuff back because he sent me the money.
Well,
no,
I actually told the person I'm going to do a video on it and use their name and address in the video if they don't send it back, and that didn't get a response either.
Well, message them and tell them that. Message them and say, since you have not sent it back, I'm putting your name out on social media that you conned me.
Yeah, I don't know what could happen over that, but yeah, I did tell them that, but I didn't get a response. Okay,
well, if you have
the
emails saying that
status on my claim, it says denied, customer response time frame exceeded. That's my only answer.
That means they didn't respond.
That means they sent an email to the customer. He didn't respond to it, but Jerry was the customer that he sent the email to and never got anything from them. That's strange.
And I never
so
got
you go back and tell them.
So.
No, I wouldn't take that. I'd chase that. I would keep chasing that phone. But I have some laser engraving to get done as well today. I have another 400 of those sticks. Oh, did you try out that pinger yet, Sergio?
Hey, Liam,
Sergio's fixated on his hot end.
have you seen the heater on these hot ends?
Yeah.
The
Look at
ceramic
that.
heater, yeah.
That's incredible. Look at that. That's
I bought
the
an
heater.
extra, but I haven't looked at it. Wow.
Yep,
That's
that's
very
all
thin.
it is.
Yeah, it clips on over the hot end, which is like a small square. Actually, the way it's designed right now,
It's a sleeve.
and the way it's designed, it's a clip around it. Yeah, but the way that printer is designed right now, the hot end is, it's actually already fairly okay designed for non-planar printing. If you change the position of the part cooling to a steeper angle, you could do non-planar printing on that printer.
My soldering iron finally got here.
The battery one?
This is the one where you put the roll of solder there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And as you hit the trigger, it feeds it and you solder.
that's nice. You freeze up one of your hands.
Yep.
Where's the fun in that? Burnt fingertips is part of the fun of soldering.
That's why you have a healthy hands.
Yeah.
It took that thing almost 3 months to get here.
Where did you order from? Timbuktu?
It came from China.
Ukraine.
Actually, from China. It went to Germany. It got to the United States through New York. It went to Texas. Was in Texas for I don't know how long. Was in New York for a while. Went to Texas. That was 2 weeks ago when I checked it. and it got here day before yesterday.
Wow.
Finally.
Yeah, I've had one that arrived in Michigan from California. No, from overseas. Arrived in LA. From LA, made its way to Michigan. Right. From Michigan, it left Michigan, even though that's where it's been delivered. Went to. It wasn't Texas. I think it was It went to Chicago, back to LA again, through Vegas, onto New York, from New York down to the Carolinas, one of the Carolinas, and then
Jeez.
eventually made its way back up to the exact same depot in Michigan it was at before it made it to me. It took 6 weeks to get there.
Wow.
Wow.
I sent Dan a package one time.
He,
It went to Chicago, went to Washington State, came back through Chicago to Illinois where Dan is.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a package a couple months ago, and it's still, I don't know where it is. It's still floating around somewhere in the U.S.
Eventually it'll get there.
so HC, anything that has flat walls. So, like on the SD card, there's a storage box which is 2 pieces. I can show it to you. Let me bring it in. I'll show you.
EHAT model, should I print on P1P for test for artifacts?
How many people are watching us?
33. Got 12 on Twitch, 21 on YouTube.
Yeah, shipping sucks. I've got a package coming from Poland that left on the 25th and it'll be delivered on Tuesday from Poland. And I got a package that left Sydney 10 days ago and it's still coming from Sydney. That was 10 days ago.
And that's in country.
And that's in country, yeah.
So
this one's come from Poland and it's already and it's left and it's arrived in Perth. It's actually in Perth in 3 days.
So HC, what I did is I just got one of these those 20 by 20 test cubes, and I upsized it to 60 by 60. I did no infill, 4 outer walls, no top, no bottom layers, and it printed hollow like this, so it's a faster print, and that will show you if you got this effect or not.
Yeah.
I have it. It's less on the Y. It's still there, but less. But it's more on the X. Now, when they say print faster to get rid of it, it does diminish it an awful lot. But when you do that, you get them ringing along the edges. So as it speeds up and slows down, you get a lot of ringing on these on this area here. Do I have a sample of that? I don't have a sample of that with me. These little Jeeps. Oh, I'm knocking everything.
You're dropping, yeah.
These Jeeps show a lot of ringing. If you look right here, in. It doesn't show very well. Right there.
On the wheel arches, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of ringing when you print faster.
What kind of a vehicle is that?
That's a small Jeep.
What year?
I don't know. This year, it just got printed this morning.
I'm going to ask you about the rim size next.
This is a 2023 model because it just got printed this morning.
All right.
Did you have to pay the dealer's excess perk charge?
No.
To get it faster? Yeah.
No. I print 9 of these on a print bed at one time with wheels. And it does it in 10 hours, a whole bed full. And that's
great.
4 walls, 6 bottom layers, 6 top, 10% infill, and it's PET G. So it prints at 200 millimeters with a second walls.
How many trains can you get across the bed? 3 trains across the bed?
If I don't do the wheels on the trains, I can do 3 trains on there without the wheels.
Yeah. And that'll take the 3 trains to take something similar about 10 hours, wouldn't it?
I'm wondering if pavers actually help, or if you go buy one of those really thick, like roofing mats, or what are they made of?
Yoga
like
mats.
asphalt?
Yoga mats work fine as well. They
So
work
like
fine.
asphalt
They're cheap
tiles?
enough.
Very loose table. My table is not loose. I built it myself. It's a strong table. I do all my presenting on that table, and it's a very, very strong. It's made out of 4x2s.
2x4s.
What's the
Should be
difference?
solid.
It's the same damn measurement.
But this side of the country, they say 2x4. I guess Michigan, they say 4x2s. Okay.
The dimensions are the same, Jerry.
All right.
It's actually really 1.5 by 3.5 if you really want to get technical about it.
Yeah, because the dimensions are the raw cut before it's dressed.
Yeah, but no, yeah, they are. They're before they're cleaned up. Yeah, but it's handmade. It's well put together. I mean, it's got a lot of reinforcing on it, so that table doesn't move.
Mhm.
I've had some really heavy stuff
Oh,
on
I'm
the
sorry,
machine.
Sergio.
That's okay.
Thanks. Whose printer was that?
It's
Here we
see
go.
it printing.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it worked. So I would recommend once a week wash the bed
Yeah, yeah,
with dish soap.
definitely.
Yeah.
You wouldn't really even need the IPA. Something like some dish soaps work better than others.
Well,
The cheaper the brand, the better, because they actually have less additives in them.
I
but
actually
the reason
use
why I say the
Dawn.
IPA is because there's always going to be a little bit of soapy residue left behind, no matter how well you clean it. But the IPA will remove that. That's why we say we always follow up with an IPA rub afterwards.
I use Dawn.
Dawn is
It's
one
one
of
of
the
the
best out
best
Those
there.
are the
Yeah,
better
for
ones. Yeah,
grease.
yeah.
and
Yeah, he's
then
on also.
then IPA afterwards once it's dried off, towel dried, or paper towel dried, and then IPA it off, and then you're good.
That's what I did.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
yeah.
personally, yeah, every couple of prints, if not every print, because you don't want to start your next print and have a failure, and you could have just simply washed it and solved that problem.
Well, I don't do that often though. I might do it once a week because I don't touch my print surface. I take it off by the edges. I bend it to get the parts released, and I put it straight back on again. I
Yeah,
don't put my hands near it.
I do the same thing. But here's the thing. I've been using that plate since I got it, which has
Huh.
been almost 2 months. And I've been printing, and just cleaning
Yeah,
it with
Karen's on the
IPA.
bottom shelf at Walmart.
Only
So
if I'm
yeah,
passed out.
so now I know better.
Yeah, well, it's just good practice anyway.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it accumulates though. It accumulates.
Yeah,
That's the trouble. The grease builds up. You don't
and a lot
notice
of
it,
people
but it
don't
builds up.
realize
Yeah.
how
Effect-
that skin oils are actually really bad for prints.
And it depends on the filament too. Some filaments are very anti it. Others aren't. So
Yeah,
Dawn is
small little
better than a
things.
Karen.
Yeah, small little things we come across. Karen is in the manager's office as normal, moaning about something.
So yeah, all I have is the beam left. All the other parts are ready.
And what did you print them out of? PLA?
Yes,
Hmm.
I did PLA.
I don't have much PLA. I got lots of Petchy.
I have quite a bit of both, but since Bamboo Lab, I like using Bamboo Lab. It's pretty good filament.
But it's not always available though.
rumor has it the
That's-
Bamboo Lab is a repackaged polymaker because it's one of the profiles included the polymaker profiles. So
That's the pro, and they don't have PETG yet.
But,
Well,
well,
almost
Petchy,
everybody gets their filament from somebody. There's only X amount of places in the world that make filament.
and this is
and they're in China as well, so they could be
No,
close because they
this is IC3D's product. And the nice thing about IC3D, if I order from them, if I order today, I'll get it tomorrow.
Oh, that's
Because
Rub it
they're
in.
only
Just
4
rub it
hours
in.
south of me.
rub it in. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only I know it takes you 6 weeks to get anything here. I know.
They're,
need
they're
a
in the
resin.
same
4 hours.
country.
I could actually jump in the car and drive there and buy it from the factory and drive home with it in the car if I wanted to.
And if
I
I
ordered a
buy
bottle
local
of
filament,
Sunloop resin last night about 8 o'clock. I needed it for my Wednesday that I'm printing. And in order to get it the next morning, you have to spend over $25. So I bought my wife a bag of Starburst for like $3.50. A good sized bag too. So and that came this morning about 9-10 o'clock. So I got the print going.
Yeah, it's worth like, and I don't buy the 1 kilo spools very often anyway. I normally buy 2.5 kilo spools when I'm buying Petchy, because the Bamboo Labs will not hold it, but I have a standalone spool holder that I put it on with bearings on it, and that's what I mount the spools on. Oh, in the UK, yeah. Well, see, I'm within the 20. Where from me as far south as New York, I can order it, and I'm within the 24-hour delivery period from.
Hey, Derek, shoot me
UPS.
that in a PM on Messenger and I'll post it. Because that's not clickable, what you shared.
If I order from Printed Solid,
Mm.
I usually get it in 2 days. So if I order early enough, I'll get it the day after.
What's the company here?
Hey,
Hello
Richard.
from
Hello from
Vegas
Las
to Richard.
Vegas. I know somebody else that lives there. How you doing today, buddy?
Hey, Richard.
There is a company here in
Hey,
Michigan.
Richard, are you into diode lasers? I've got 5 for sale. I've got my Frozen Mighty 4K for sale on Craigslist, Marketplace, and OfferUp, and I'm selling my Weedo IDEX printer. They're also on all 3. And guess what? I live in Las Vegas.
There's a company in Michigan called 3D Printbed. They do PLA Plus only, I believe.
Thanks.
And they will deliver overnight delivery. They weren't charging for delivery, but the cost of delivery has got so crazy right now that they've started charging it. So they're charging $25 a spool and $5 delivery, but it's overnight. So if you order 1 spool, it's $5. If you order 5 spools, it's $5.
That's all right.
So they do overnight delivery.
That's the only thing I hate about Bamboo Labs. If you order, it takes about 4 or 5 days. They need to give you an option to pick better shipping.
For express option, yeah.
Yeah.
Depends where the
Europe
warehouse
is
is, what
worth-
they have
worth-
for the options from the
Yeah, well,
warehouse.
And
Yeah, Printbed is
USPS
great.
should never be an option in the U.S. because I've had nothing but trouble with USPS when it comes to deliveries. They're saying things are delivered and they're in somebody else's mailbox. And then if you don't have an honest neighbor, you're not going to get your package. So
Richard's asking you about where is there a link to what you're selling?
yeah, let me think
If you
about that.
post it somewhere, send it to.
Yeah, I've got them on Marketplace. I've got them on OfferUp, and Craigslist. For the printer, it's a Weedo X40.
It's a nice machine.
Go to any one of those sites and type in Weedo X40. You'll see that I'm selling it, and I list in there that I stream on YouTube, and it's been used for my videos. And then I've got 5 diode lasers I'm selling. I'm selling my Frozen Mighty 4K resin printer on there. And I don't have my CR10 on there yet, but I will be selling a couple more printers.
So Weedo is WEEDO is how it's pronounced.
Yeah, WEEDO.
Hey, local maker, how are you?
Local maker, hello. How you doing?
Hey, local maker.
So yeah, the Weedo's a nice printer. I use my Weedo an awful lot. But this Bamboo Labs is disappointing me. I'm really disappointed in it so far. It's great. If not for that surface artifact, I would say it's a great printer. But because the quality of what it's giving out is not good, I have problems with it.
Here's my listings on Marketplace. These are on OfferUp, and they're on also. Okay, I already sold the diorama for my wife. Here's my 2 trees laser that I'm selling. My Atom Stack N9 40 watt, which is a great laser. My Comgo Z1.
That's a great laser. I use mine all the time. I love my Z1.
My CR10 Max, I sold it already. The Thundercats, those models, I sold them. This CR10 I sold. The Focus I sold. The Kaiwu I still have. It has a layer shift problem. When it gets up to a certain height, it's layer shifting. It's something simple. I don't know what. I've never fixed it. I'm selling that for $200 or best offer. I already sold my first resin printer, and I have this one still for sale. Rosa Mighty 4K, which is still on Amazon currently for $400. And I paid $500 when I bought it new directly from the company. I'm selling 3 Raspberry Pi 3Bs on there. I got a bunch of insulators from a long time ago. I've got a flag I'm selling that I made a long time ago, a bunch of flags. Anyway, all that stuff is on Marketplace, and it's on OfferUp and Craigslist. They're all local pickups here in Las Vegas.
This logos, thank you for the offer, but if they don't solve it, I'm making them solve it. I'm making them replace it.
Hello, Krista.
Which is possibly, could possibly be a fault with the motherboard or something, and they'll just swap it out.
Yeah, it could be a stepper driver problem.
Yeah,
It could be
yeah,
a stepper motor
They're on
issue.
Facebook Marketplace in Las Vegas, OfferUp in Las Vegas. It's an app on your phone, or you can go you can look it up, I guess, on your computer, OfferUp, and on Craigslist. They're all selling everything locally here in Las Vegas.
I mean, from what I've seen, Liam, they'll go so far, then they'll stop it for you. So I mean, they seem to be pretty aggressive on their support. So
Well,
which is
that's good, and that's why I'm letting their support do their job. They're asking me to do
Yep,
stuff.
yep,
I'm
yep.
doing it, even though I've done
Yep.
it already. I'm doing it again, and I'm
Yep.
showing it.
Send the proof back, tick the boxes, and then once they run out of options, just
I'm
they'll
sending
stop it.
photographs for
Yeah.
every time they ask me to test something. I do the test. I do what they ask me to do. I do the test. I'll print the result. I'll send them a response, and I will send them a photograph of what the result is.
And
So
they are
my
trying to work through it,
image
which
this
is
morning,
also good. So
my image this morning was all these lines at the back of this print.
We've got 14 entries right now. Hashtag TH3D, and we're going to be giving away a roll of filament from TH3D here in a little bit. It will be USA only. One roll of their what's it called? Spagnet. I got to look at their page again to remember the brand name.
I think you Spagnet. Yeah, that sounds right.
Need to keep my humidifier going.
Yeah, SPAGHET. It's like
What,
spaghetti.
the oil level's getting low.
But
Top up some more of that
spelled
oil.
different.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this thing. I love. I'm telling you, I love this thing. This is probably out of all the stuff I've done,
Yeah.
like all the
Spaghetti.
Do you need a humidifier in your house? What's your
I
central
mean,
heating?
winter it gets pretty dry here. Yeah.
Is it oil? You haven't got oil fired central heating. It's not oil powered.
No, it's air, forced air.
Okay, that's why it's dry. Yeah. 'Cause
Spaghetti. Okay,
the
like
furnace
spaghetti. Okay.
tends to be quite more. Keep it damp. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So if anyone's wondering, I know some of you have seen this already. Starship that actually vents.
So is the actual atomizer a standalone unit? Just buy the unit.
No, it's a little disc that goes into the bottom. You buy a kit from them that has all the parts, like the reservoir and so on, and you 3D print everything that's plastic.
Yep, that's cool. And the label lights up too. Okay.
Yeah, there's an LED light behind here. There's a little controller back here, and there's two USB splitter cable, one with short cable and long. So the short cable is back here. You plug in the power at the back of it. There's a water reservoir. There's a wick to carry the water up to the
element,
the ultrasonic vaporizer, which is just right on inside here. And what it does, it brings the water up through the wick, and it vaporizes it, it atomizes it, and it as a jet, and then the jet it comes up through the center of the rocket, and that's how you get the venting.
Jamie won't be making it today. She has messaged me on Facebook that she's got a splitting headache. She just got home, but she'll be here next week.
It's got two modes. This is always on, or you can put it in the intermittent mode where it's off for 5 seconds, then comes on for 10, then goes off for 5 again.
Well, I'm going to pop off, Jerry. So I'll leave you in peace and quiet. Nice to see you all. And if
Time for breakfast, huh?
listening, yep, pretty much. Yeah.
Thank you very much for dropping in, Kieran. I really
See you,
appreciate
Kieran.
it.
Hey,
Always
Karen,
appreciate
take
it.
care.
Nice seeing you again.
Have a great day.
Cheers, guys.
So
Bye.
HC, you go to stardesk.co. That's the guys who actually who sell the kit, and then they provide you with the files. So check out their website, stardesk.co. I'm actually already talking with him about making a bigger version of it. So we're going to look into maybe working and building a bigger version. If he does, oh yeah, I'm all over that. I would love to take my Starship here and turn this into a venting option, but it'd mean a lot of mods. But if he can build something like this big and put a reservoir, let's say here, and another one up here, so it can actually be so both parts would vent, I'd be all over that. Because I do a lot of talks and stuff for NASA, and having that on a desk when it's actually venting like that, oh, people would eat that all up.
Hey, if you had the module to put down below and you drilled holes in your big model and ran tubes up into it, wouldn't it still work?
No, it wouldn't be able to reach the height to vent the top. You'd have to do it separate.
Okay.
Because the atomizer, I can show you. Let me take it off. It doesn't vent that tall.
If anybody would like to drop in and hang out and talk about what we're talking about, anything 3D printing related or hobby related, here's a link. You're welcome to do so. Let me share it out again.
See, Jerry, if you put me up, it doesn't vent that high. So anything over this height, you'd actually have to put another one above it.
Oh, I see. I thought it was going up tubes or something.
No, it's going up through the inside of the rocket. That's hollow all
Yeah,
the way
if
up.
Tim wants to drop in, you guys are welcome to come on. You can come on without him if you want, or you can come on together. It doesn't matter.
So let me shake the water out of it. It's got a reservoir set up so the water can actually return back down into it underneath.
Hello and welcome for joining. Anybody that lives in the USA, and if you don't live in the USA and you just like winning stuff, you can enter the drawing, but it has to go to somebody in the USA. It'll be from TH3D Studios. Their new line of spaghetti filament, which I'll show you pictures of it here in a minute, and their website. Beautiful filament. I've got a roll sent to me. I'll be doing a video on. I haven't done the video yet, but it's some really pretty filament. I'm not
Oh, by the
taking
way,
that
Krista,
back.
congratulations.
Video. It's really hard to see, but it looks like an amazing color there. It appears to be two colors. And we'll be giving away a roll right here in a little bit, but it's got to go to someone in the USA only. So if you know somebody that lives in the USA, they can give me their address and they can pick out a color. It'll be for stock they have online. Once we do the drawing, you have to be in chat to win. If you're not here, then we'll redraw.
Yeah, that is Almighty. Yeah, it is really cool. It's on my desk permanently. I might print another one and buy the parts and put it up here, but I want to keep one on my desk. I really like it by my desk. You're the wrong Krista then, because
That's Tim, TH3D, Tim Hoogland's fiance.
then yes, that's what congratulations about, because I saw the proposal.
Yeah, last week on his live stream, I done a snip on a screenshot and I shared out
Yeah.
the link so people could watch the video.
He did it on the Ask Tim at the end of Ask Tim, of one of his Ask Tim sessions.
Yeah, I knew about it before it happened.
Unless you've changed your mind.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go and get ready for dinner. Where the whole family is going out.
Oh, nice.
We're going to Maggiano's.
For me,
I've been
to
to
go with my
Strip
family,
years
we have to fly all of us over to Ireland. So
I've been to Maggiano's once here in Vegas out on the Strip years ago in front of the Fashion Show Mall.
Pretty cool place. Been a while since I've been there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Blasto, how you doing?
Everybody, I gotta get
Have an
dressed.
awesome day, Sergio. Thank you for joining in. I hope you have good, successful luck with your Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon.
Thank you. Yeah, everything looks good now. Thanks to Liam there
Awesome.
for reminding me. Take care.
ciao.
Take care.
So Stephen, that was he said that when he was upset with his ex. So he met the right lady, and she's here on stream. So that's why that changed.
Well, I think I'm going to show something here. Let me share my screen.
It's going to be PG, right, Jerry? What you're going to show?
Yeah. TH3D Studios here in the United States of America. I've been an affiliate with them since they started their company, basically since they started the affiliate program. And if you use my code, which keeps popping up in chat, you get 5% off your total order. But Tim does tons and tons of videos. He gets a machine in, he tears it down, he tells you what's wrong with it, he fixes the problem, and he gives you a lowdown on everything. He does live streams weekly, he does tons of videos, and they sell flex plates and parts and power supplies, and now they sell filament. And they ship to the U.S. You go back up here to filament. And last week, his girlfriend contacted me, his fiance, wanted to know if I wanted to give away a roll on my stream this week. And they sent me a roll, which I'm going to be doing a video on. It's going to be the Spaghetti by TH3D, the filament they have here. And this giveaway today will be for one roll, 1 kilogram roll, USA only, any color you want that's in stock. They have to have it in stock. The winner today will send me their mailing information and which color they want. And Tim will get the company will get that mailed out to you right away. But it has to be a winner, must be in the USA. But let's take a look at some of these colors here. That's some really pretty colors.
They're nice colors. It's dual. A lot of them are dual color.
Yeah.
Who touched my spaghetti?
Yeah, some beautiful colors.
Yeah. I try now. I have a lot of silks there, and I avoid using them. I like. That's why I like this type of PETG because you get a silk effect in it.
Yeah, silks are not structurally strong.
Yeah.
Because when I built my Paul the Alien 4 foot tall, I've done his legs in silk and one of his arms, and I went to move it and it snapped. It was hollow inside, and even though I had thick walls, it's very brittle. So if you're going to set it on the shelf like my castle, it's fine. But if it's something that you might move around or you need a handle, it's brittle.
Yeah,
At least on the type that I've used.
Yeah, the elastomers they add to silks weakens the layer bonding between the layers and makes it brittle.
Yep. Anyway, hashtag TH3D in chat. Anybody wants to take a chance on winning? We're going to do the drawing here in just a second.
Again, guys, you can enter even if you're not in the US, and then you can give it to somebody in the US. If you know somebody in the US you want to send it to, you can do that.
And then you must be present to win. And sometime today, I'll give you my email. You can email me with what color, what type you'd want, your mailing address in the US. And then I'll forward that to TH3D and they'll get it sent out to one winner. And then soon I'll be having a video come out on the filament that they sent me. Yeah, somebody in the US, in the USA.
I like that. Somebody in the US.
We got 19 entries. Let's go ahead and do a drawing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
I predict it's going to be Darth Gollum.
No way!
Whoa!
Darth Gollum, you won, and he predicted it for some unknown reason.
Wow!
Darth Gollum, you just dropped in.
I just predicted him because he was in it. He jumped in a while ago and said hi.
Darth Gollum, are you still here? And do you live in the U.S.?
Congratulations, man.
It's not thanks to me.
Darth Gollum, are you in the U.S.
Well,
or do you know somebody in the U.S.?
Yeah, he's stateside, yeah.
Let me send you the link to TH3D. I'll drop it in chat. Go check out their spaghetti filament. I'll give you my email. You can let me know what you're interested in with your mailing address.
Oh, that was a lucky guess.
Okay, here's the link right here. If you don't already have it, to TH3D through filament. Take a look while you're there.
Chris,
and after you let me know what you want, stay there and visit for a little bit. Use my 5% off discount code. Buy a bunch of stuff, and you'll get a Smartie in the mail with it. They give you a Smartie. So anyway, congratulations.
Your full email address is not showing up. So if you want to whisper that email address to Jerry,
here it is right here. Here's my email. Here's my email right there in chat. Very welcome, Darth Gollum. Just write down my email, jenap1@yahoo.com. Check it out. Let me know sometime today what you're interested in. I'll forward that to TH3D. And TH3D, I know you're watching. Thank you very much for allowing me to do that giveaway. It's companies like you that help make this stream popular. It helps bring people in and all the makers watching and the people we have on stream. It takes everybody to make all this work, and I appreciate it very much. Ziltech allows me to give away 3 rolls a month. I've already done that for the last 3 weeks. And then Chris had mentioned to Tim about, hey, why don't we get, well, I don't know how it went down, but anyway, they donated a roll for the 4th week of this month. So that's really nice of them. And I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Very cool.
They have lovely colors. But, okay, so in future, when you're doing a giveaway, I'm going to try and predict who it is. Okay, Jerry?
Yeah. Well, my entire life, I've been able to guess my Christmas presents. Ever since I've been a little kid. Now, when I was little, I try to peek, but, as an adult, I would always shake them, fill them, and most of the time, I could always guess my presents. It makes my wife mad when I do that. My son gave me a jacket with my logo on it and a Dallas logo we put on it, and I guessed it was a hoodie. I guessed it had my logo on it. I didn't realize it was going to have the Dallas logo, though, but I got close.
Yeah, no, I just said Dark Column because he just popped in at the time. He just said hi. You just after joining.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the secret. Be the last person.
Matt, did you enter?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
that's why somebody else won.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to win, even if you're not in the right region, because if you got an address or somebody you can give it to, then you still won. It's like you still feel good, and then you give it to somebody else. So
Yeah.
very cool.
Pay it forward, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, here you go. It's not finished yet. It's just I have to do some adjustments on it. As you can see, there's some layers you can see
Yeah.
right there. They're in the red.
Well,
But
you
I
have
want
to
to have
lift
it.
it. You have
I
to do
want.
Z-hop.
No, I don't. I just need to switch off ironing on that layer.
Oh, you were ironing? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Derek, I've done the
That was
same thing.
that was without ironing. But look at this layer. I like this layer compared to this layer.
Hello, Ran 3D.
So
We just had a giveaway, a filament giveaway from TH3D. You just missed it.
Hey, Jack, how are you?
Hey, Jack in the shop. Jack, did you get your filament from Ziltech? Did it make it there okay? So I know you're in California.
there you go. Hopefully, this is my only one I printed, and it came out very nice. And I want to go down to the Veterans Association, what they have here in town, and see if I can donate a few of those to them when they start selling their puppies.
Very welcome.
1 second, Jerry.
All right. Quite often we have a full house, guys. We can have up to 10 people at a time on stream, and this week's been kind of slow. We've had three or four people drop out, but we're kind of just barely chugging along today. But we'll get through it. I usually stream for 3 hours. I've been on for an hour and 35 minutes. Hopefully we'll make 2 hours. And if it picks up and more people drop in, I'll stream for 3 hours. It all depends on, how many people are in chat, what we're talking about, So
Exactly. Depends on what we're talking about. And I was talking about Valentine's Day and doing some charity work. And I thought about to release that file on Printable World, but the heart is still missing right there. So over here, so I'm trying to fix the file because the other heart is the same heart, same size, and it printed fine. But down there, the heart did not print fine. So it's mostly adjustment of the an error in the code, and when I do it through 3D Builder, it repairs the file, and mostly it's okay afterwards. If it's still not okay afterwards, then mostly I have to make it a little bit bigger.
just pick your favorite color, I guess. So, and then if you like it, order more. So.
Yeah. I'm trying to do a lot of designing right now.
Here's my buddies, my girls that follow me everywhere I go. They're always underfoot or close by. They sleep with me at night. Nikita's a black dog, and Sandy is a brown and white one. So they currently don't have on their collars. I usually put on their collars in case I think they're ever going to get out of the yard, but they can't. So I never usually have their collars on with their tags. And here's my wife with one of them. This is a couple of years ago. That's with Sandy. Oh, here's something I can show you. Yeah, they have chips in them. Yeah, when you get them from the pound, they're chipped. But if they don't ever locate, if they ever ran away and they don't locate the chip with their gun, if it shifts or whatever, then they, you never know. And I don't ever want to lose my animals. So, but they can't get out of the yard. But one time my black dog got out and she bolted a couple of years, 3 or 4 years ago when she was a lot younger. And I ran trying to catch her. And then some other random person up the street a couple blocks away grabbed her and gave her a bear hug till I got there, and I got her back on my truck. But yeah. So. couple dogs I used to have years ago. I take them to the mailbox with me on walks. They'd stay right with me, but my current dogs I don't trust. I got to keep them on a leash because I don't want something to happen to them. So.
Yeah, I have to do that same thing with Masuki, but Lily, on the other hand, I can trust to let go of the leash, and but not around where lots of cars are or just in the open field. I can let her go, because I know she doesn't chase anything. And Suki, on the other hand, she sees a bird or anything, a rabbit, and she would go for it. And I don't know, so. I had dogs who didn't do it and dogs who did it. Not do it, Didn't do it and do it. Chasing rabbits.
Yeah, I've got a doggy door in my house. They can come and go as they please. I got a small backyard, a side yard, and a big property next to me. It's connected to my house in a cul-de-sac. So they got a lot of room to run around and bark at the neighbors or whatever. So, and one of my dogs doesn't like cats. So God forbid any cats come in my yard. And that dog happens to be out at the time. So, and I don't have any inside cats anymore. My son's wife and one of my grandkids is allergic to cats, so I don't have any more cats.
I like cats. We got one cat.
Awesome, your first print is commencing. Well, I hope you post pictures on socials so we can see them. Are there water problems in Vegas? Well, when you watch the news, the lake's going down really fast because water goes in and water flows past the dam, and it's pretty bad. Now it's not a good time to own a boat in Las Vegas because I think there's one launch ramp still open, and people are waiting up to like 4 or 5 hours to get their boat in the water. So, yeah, things aren't looking good. And I know all these rains that we had in California helped a little bit, but not enough. So, have to wait and see. But matter of fact, I got a picture I can show you. Here's what the lake looked like years ago when I was younger, and I was out there at Lake Mead, and I seen this in person. This is a picture I found on the internet. But here's what the lake looked like in 1983. The spillways were overflowing. As you can see the cars on the dam up there. It's almost to the top. And now in 2022, that's what it looks like. So that's pretty ridiculous. It's really sad. But
Yeah. Things are changing with climate. Scary.
yeah, the planet's kind of going down the toilet, but we'll see what happens. Enjoy your hobbies and 3D printing. What happens, happens. So, yeah, somebody always disposes of somebody that way. So eventually they find people. That's just a natural occurrence of the way things happen.
Natural occurrence.
Sometimes people drown and they don't resurface, and eventually the lake goes down far enough they eventually find them. Just got my taxes done yesterday with
Hold on a
H&R.
second. I think our cat is missing.
I'm getting back $200 less than last year, which sucks. So it is what it is. You're still on the hunt for a good first printer, not much, but a nice size. I would buy a Sobol SV06. I don't have one. I've seen a lot of videos on it. I have a lot of social media friends that have it. It looks like a Prusa MK8. They're $299. They might be on sale on Amazon. Sobol SV06. I even had a couple people message me about printers that I'm selling. One of them that had trouble, and I said, no, this isn't a beginner's printer, and I sent them an affiliate link. So instead of buying from me on Marketplace, here, go to Amazon, buy this one. I heard great things about it. Sobol SV06. And if Tim from TH3D pops in, he just worked on one. He built one, replaced the power supply with a Meanwell, because Meanwell makes the best power supplies on the planet. And he can tell you a little bit about the Sobol. But yeah, it looks like a great printer. I don't have one, so I can't speak for it firsthand. But, you want to spend $800 or $900 on a Prusa, you want to get something almost as good for $250 to $300. And I don't know what they say. They might be on sale right now. I can pull up a picture of them here. You pull up Amazon.
My niece, she just emptied the whole entire it's treats for cats, and she emptied the whole thing on the floor. I mean, it's just hilarious, you know.
Yeah, this printer right here, guys. They've had different sales on them on Amazon, but this I would recommend to anybody getting into 3D printing or anybody who wants to buy another printer. It's a great little printer. I don't have one, but from everything I've heard about it, it's a great little printer.
Yeah, looking good. I want to get the Sobo IDEX, and I'm still I'm expecting on one of their colleagues to contact me. And yeah, let's hope they contact me back. But we know how it goes most of the time.
Here's a link to that Sobol. This is an affiliate Amazon link for me, if anybody's interested in it. And let's see, what's that other one I'm selling right now? My Weedo. I think it's an X40. Yeah, here's the one I'm selling, the X40 V2. I'm selling this one right now. Amazon has it on sale for $539. I'm selling mine for $400. And I could always come down $20 on it. But it's got dual independent heads. And why am I selling it? I just don't need it. I've got too many printers. I've got too many hobbies. I just got, I'm retired, but I don't have enough. There's not enough hours in a day for all the stuff I try to get done. But yeah, it's a nice machine. It works great. And that's currently $539. I can show you a couple of prints I've done on it that are multicolor. I got these, I think, off of printables. Hey, Chris Travis. This was done on the SV06. When you download the files, it's two separate files, the blue, the orange, and then you kind of merge them together when you slice it, and then it prints it out with dual heads. And then here's a little astronaut dude, MakerBot astronaut. That was done on there. There's minor stringing on it, a couple here and there that you can see. I never cleaned it up, but that was done on the IDEX also. And now I've got the carbon fiber that will do up to 4 colors coming as soon as I get an email from them. And I like in Bamboo Lab Studio, somebody in one of the videos was talking about, hey, you go up over here and you click it and you can touch each part. It kind of blew the model apart, and you can just click and touch what color you want what. So I forget that feature, but I'll have to look at it. I have the studio installed. I just haven't played with it yet. So I'm still waiting to get an email from them when they're going to ship. So hopefully between now and next Wednesday, they'll give me an email, tell me when they ship. Within a day or two after receiving it, I'll go on. I'm going to do a live stream. Obviously, I'm going to do an unboxing and a setup and a first print like everybody else. But I'm also going to give away 4 rolls of film, 3 or 4 rolls of filament from, or 3 rolls from Ziltech. They said they'll donate 3 rolls to the giveaway. I've contacted Wham Bam. Wham Bam sounds like they're interested in giving away a flex plate. But I would rather they give away a $50 gift card. That way, if you win, you can use it for other stuff on Wham Bam's site. So I'm still in talks to find out how that's going to happen. But I'm guaranteed at least 3 rolls of filament, USA only, for Ziltech on the live stream. So, yeah, Cura, I've tinkered with it a few times on a few printers, but I primarily have always used Simplified 3D. Yes, I was one of those dummies years ago that paid $150 for it. Yes, I was a person that went out and spent $59 to upgrade. And then I seen a ton of videos on this is broke, that is broke, this don't work, that don't line up. So I mailed them back and I got my money back. So, and for new people just buying it for the first time, they want like $199, which is crazy since most slicers are free. But for somebody that's already paid $150, and if you want to upgrade, if it wasn't broke and everything worked, that would be great. I'm more than happy to give them $59. That way I don't have to use multiple slicers. And they don't support belt printers. That'd be a nice feature if they did. So, it's cool to not have to jump from slicer to slicer if you know how something works. But then they changed a lot of dashboard and stuff in the new version. So I'm happy with using the older version. I got my money back. So right now I jump around between Prusa Slicer, Cura, I don't really use much. I don't know that much about Cura, even though it's been around forever. So I tinker with Idea Maker. I got 3 or 4 slicers on my computer. And then my Kitty iFast, which is, I call it Kitty, QIDI iFast, they got their own slicer. So I use that for it. So yeah, S3D works for you. Yep. That's what I use most of the time. Yeah. But from what I understand, you can put it on 2 computers, but only use one at a time, I think. Somebody was talking about that. I forget how they did that. If they installed the new version on 2 systems, like one in the garage and one in here, and they only ran one at a time or something like that. So I don't know how that works, but somebody had done something similar. Seen a video on it. I don't remember who it was from. But right now, I run all my printers out of here. I keep my lasers in the garage, except for my K40, which is in the room next to me, but I don't use it very often. So, anything you'd like to talk about, Matt? Anybody like to drop in? Keep the questions coming in so we can keep talking. This is why I don't live stream by myself, because if I don't have enough questions coming into chat, then I just sit here and go, duh. And I can
I was just entering some questions myself, but not on here, so on a similar platform. So
Joe Velasco, a lot of lasers, they come with laser Gerbil, which I've never used. I bought Lightburn software that will run all my lasers. It's the best software on the planet. And my friend Rich, for the LA Hobby Guy, has a channel which tells you all about Lightburn, how to do this, that, and other. Lightburn software, I forget what I paid for it, but it's well worth it. You can install all your lasers. You can run your K40s. There's so much you can do with Lightburn. It's just unbelievable. Hey, there he is, Mr. Talkalots. He's back. Cool.
Were you talking about Matt?
No, we've been waiting for you to come back. We've run out of stuff to talk about.
My puppy had to go out and go for a walk.
Okay. You have an X-Tool engraver, and that's all, and use it all the time. All right. Very nice.
I don't have the X-Tool. I have some of the Artur lasers, and I have the Congro Z1 as well, which I really like.
I've got the X-Tool D1. It's gray, 10 watt, and then Blvd sent me over the RA2 Pro. I believe it has a bad step where I put it back together, and I've had this for a few weeks, and I haven't tried it out yet. I want to see if it works or doesn't work before I assume it's a bad stepper. The stepper turns fine. It doesn't grind. That's why I want to plug it in and check it before I assume it's just got a bad stepper and I replace it. So,
yeah, no, I just 3D printed my own chuck.
And one thing about diode lasers, I will say, if you have a 5-watt diode laser and you think that you need, and all you do is engrave and you don't cut much, you think you need a 10 or 20 watt, the 5-watt will do anything and everything.
5 watt will do it. Yeah, but the 10 watt allows you to do it faster.
A 10 watt will cut faster, but most 5 watts work perfectly fine. So every time a company comes out with a new toy and they try to convince you got to have it, they just want you to spend more money. You don't have to spend money, and things aren't truly 40 watts unless you're talking CO2 lasers. They're 5-watt lasers, 10 watts, 15 watts.
Well, the diodes themselves are coming 1, 3, 5, and 7 watts. The actual diode output is only up to 7 watts. When they go anything higher, like a 10 watt, is 2 5-watts stacked, and the 2 beams become 1, right? A 20 watt is 4 5-watt diodes becoming stacked into 1. A 30 watt is 2 17s stacked that become 1 beam. That's how they do it.
And what's bad about the K40 that me and Liam have is it only has a 12x8 cut area. So if you're not working within those perimeters, and then you got to have water, then you got to have filtration. There's a lot of other things you have to do rather than just plug it in and go.
Oh, that's been done a long time, Richard. Been done a long time ago.
It smokes.
So yeah, Kate, that's how it is. The seven, and the laser diodes are between. If they say it's a 5-watt, it's actually 4.5 to 5.5 watts. It can be in that range. There's going to be a slight variation on them. The 7-watt is between 6.5 and 7.5 watts. So that's how they work. You have the kit, Crystal, make it. It's I love it. And it takes 10, 15 minutes. It took me 15 minutes because I was explaining stuff on my own. it would take me 5 minutes to assemble.
Chris, to see if Tim will film you put it together and he can make a video about it.
Yeah, the 40 watt it could have 40 watts. Yeah.
And one thing about my live streams and people are on there, we always read chat. We see every comment. When I can, I throw them up on screen. We try to answer everybody's comment. We don't sit here and just talk amongst ourselves and ignore everybody.
No.
Because sometimes people say, well, aren't you going to answer me? Well, if too many things are going by, sometimes we miss comments, but we do read everything. That's the point in being
Just
here.
repost it.
If we didn't want to respond to chat, we would talk privately and never go live. So we always try to interact with chat. And you don't get another bone. You just had one. Calm down.
Now, I will say, if you're using a laser over 5 watts, if you're using a 10 watt or greater laser, definitely have an air assist. Especially if you're using it for cutting, it makes it better for cutting and you get cleaner cuts. Without the air assist, you get a lot of charred edges, a lot of tar buildup. So to fix that, the air assist really helps. And it's better to do 2 passes with the air assist at a speed than 1 pass, because especially if it's thicker wood. Like if you can do it in 1 pass, well and good, right? But if you want to go thicker, it takes more than 1 pass. Even with air assist turned on, it's better to do multiple passes with less power because or at a higher speed, because if you go too slow, you can end up burning and charring the edges, right? Even with an air assist on, you still can get charred edges. So sometimes, if the material is thick enough, it's better to do 2 passes with the air assist and all turned on, and get clean cuts rather than doing 1. So it's a balance. You have to figure out what works for your material.
You missed our giveaway we had earlier. I didn't wait till the 2-hour mark. I done it early. I tricked everybody. Because typically I wait 2 hours in and do a giveaway.
Okay, Krista, take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, so I like, if I'm cutting, I'll use the air assist. I never use the air assist for
She
engraving.
didn't say she's leaving. She said Tim's doing work, so she'll try to hop on later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, for cutting, I definitely do air assist. I did a video, it's been a while ago, with and without an air assist, and there's clear differences between the cuts and the quality and the burn now. But if you get charring on the edges, as in like tar, that brown tar effect, I find get some acetone, a small bit of acetone on a cloth and a rag, and wipe outwards, and it cleans it all off.
Huh. Yeah, I've been going live 5 minutes early every week, and I just kind of sit here in the background. That way people get notified, and they can hopefully try to populate chat on Twitch and YouTube. So I don't know.
Yeah, otherwise we sit there and like, is anybody watching? Should we talk? What we should talk
John.
about?
Hey, Tripod, how you doing, buddy? What's going on?
Hey, Tripod.
Tripod knows a lot about lasers. He's got tons of lasers. He even has a 100-watt CO2 laser.
Yeah, fiber.
Or fiber. No, it's not 1,000 watt. It's something really crazy, ridiculous.
It's 100-watt fiber. I think it is.
Let me post a link in case he wants to pop in and say hey.
Earthlings and Astro. Are you seeing that in Earthling, John?
We done a giveaway for spaghetti filament from TH3D a little bit ago, John.
Yeah.
Tim and Krista donated their role.
Here's
a link in case John wants to come in. We got a bunch of new people in chat, John, that have came over from Dave Gatton's channel and other places. So if you want to pop on, talk about lasers, you're welcome to do so and self-promote. I always encourage everybody to self-promote. So.
Yeah. So I wanted to cut plywood. Okay, here's the thing about plywood. Be careful about the plywood you get. The plywood you get in Home Depot is not going to be good quality plywood. And it's going to be a mixed bag of stuff in between it. So you're going to have a plywood on top and bottom, like a nice wood top and bottom finish, but there's going to be layers of crap in between and layers of lots of glue in there.
Yeah, glue.
If you're going, I would recommend you buy Baltic birch. It costs more,
all right,
but you get better. But if you can, do solid woods instead of plywood, because you get a nice clean cut with solid woods. The finish is better. It's strong. It's strong. And they're not dealing, because a lot of the cheaper plywoods, when you cut them with the laser, you're vaporizing all of that glue into the air. So unless you got a good extraction system, you're inhaling some of the fumes from that glue, and that's not good for you. So the Baltic birch is birch all the way through. First of all, and it's full sheets of it, so there's a lot less glue in there joining the layers. And you still need a good extraction system, but it's cleaner if you want to stick with ply. but you're better off going with a solid wood if you can. If you can do sheets of solid wood and cut solid wood, it cuts nicer. You get a better finish and you get a better product at the end.
When I use my diodes in the garage, I set up a fan. I don't use my enclosures in the garage. I just blow it out the door. That way, any kind of odors from anything burning will go out the door.
Yeah, I have an extractor system that sucks it out of the house. But I try and cut more. I'll engrave on plywoods, but I generally don't try. I try and avoid cutting them. I'd better off. I prefer cutting solid woods. Then you're not dealing with the glues anymore. 20mm on an X tool, yeah. As long as you have your air assist on, you get nice clean cuts. Without the air assist, it's a mess.
I had a guy came up and looked at my focus laser with his daughter, and I explained everything to him. And he finally comes up, he looks at it, looks at her, and goes, "Should I buy it?" She goes, "No." So he leaves. The next day, he messages me on Marketplace. I'm at my computer. He messages me and he says, "Do you still have this?" I said, "Yes, I do. Do you want to come up?" And I give him my address. And then I realized he was the same person that was already there the next day. He doesn't respond. 2 days later, he messaged me about a different laser I'm selling, and I recognized the name. And I said, "Oh, yeah, you were interested in this other one. Why didn't you respond to me?" Because, "Oh, my daughter had to go to the ER." Well, let me see. You messaged me on Marketplace. I instantly answer you. And within that split second, your daughter had to go to the ER and you didn't reply to me? Bullshit. So, the hell with that guy.
They're just fishing.
Yeah, I get people constantly ask me dumb questions about things I'm
or people would always, the one thing they would always find is people will always come in and they'll ask you, will you either swap or will you do it at a cheaper price or trade or something?
Not a reasonably cheaper, a lot cheaper, and they haven't seen it. The best way to negotiate is in person. Look at the item, look it over, and negotiate. But yeah, so yeah. I don't deal with people at night. Even though I'm in my garage, I'm a big boy and I'm armed. I'm not going to deal with anybody at night. I only deal with people in the daytime.
Yeah. So I like on the K40. I have a K40. So does Jerry. I do a lot of engraving on my K40. It gets used an awful lot in my house. And actually, I have some work to do on it tonight. You just say no, Joe. You just say no. It's the most important word you're going to ever know in your whole life, no matter what is, either it's in work or in anything. The answer is no. If you can say that to people without even batting an eyelid, you're good.
When I negotiate on a price, I'll come down $20-$30 depending on what I'm asking for. It depends what it is. I sold a bunch of models that I wanted $200 for. I had a whole table, 6-foot table of some really big Thundercat models that I printed years ago. It took a ton of filament. I had a lot of money tied up in them. But I finally got to the point them sitting in the spare room that I don't want them no more. And I hate to throw them in the garbage. So I listed them for $200. An Hispanic man and his son came out. They loved them. And I got 200, and I sold them for what I was asking. So that worked out perfect. I think it was during my live stream 2 weeks ago. And I had to run in the house to hurry up and start the stream. William and Matt were sitting here. And I had like 5 minutes to spare. So, yeah, I'll negotiate because everybody needs to come down a little bit. But the best way to do it's in person. Don't try to lowball people from a picture.
Like if you're selling something for $100 and someone offers you 10, the answer is no. Just end the conversation. No.
If you offer me 80 on 100, probably, but it depends.
Yeah, you'd be open to negotiate on that. Yeah.
You need to negotiate. So.
If they say 80, you'll say, "I'll tell you what, I'll do it for 95." And they'll say, "How about 85?" You'll meet at 90, and then it's all done, right? So if you're looking for a fixed price and you're selling something, offer it for a higher price online when you're selling it,
come down
and negotiate down to what you're willing to accept.
Yeah. No, the Thundercats weren't resin prints. That's funny. Not for $200, but no, they were all FDM. But they look good. They need a little post-processing done. And a little touch-up work. They were prime gray and ready for paint, but they're all large prints, like 250, 300% scale.
Yeah,
I've showed pictures of them in the past. They cover a table. They were a lot.
50 cents.
Yeah, they were nice.
Yeah, it's like a yard sale. We take a dime. What the hell's a dime? A dime's like a penny to me. It means nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't done a yard sale, but you always price it above the price you're hoping to get, and be willing to navigate to come down to the price you want. And I love the art of the haggle. I love engaging in haggling. It's fun for me, but if you're offering stupid prices, I'm gonna walk away from you. And that's
I
the end
bought
of the
a
conversation.
I bought a 1970 Porsche from my neighbor years ago when his wife passed away. He drove it home like 20 something years ago, parked it in the driveway, put a tarp on it, it sat there and rotted. What was bad about the 1970 Porsche, the prior owner had put a T-top in it from like Cheap Auto Parts back in the day. Remember Cheap Auto Parts? And that kind of killed the roof on the car. Now, in the meantime, his wife passed away. He lost the title, but it was his vehicle. It just wasn't transferred to his name yet. I don't remember. So I bought it from him. I gave him $800 for the car. We rolled it across the street. I really wanted to restore it. I had a tarp on it. I was selling an old Schwinn bicycle from the 60s. Another neighbor had given me. An antique dealer from here in Vegas came out to look at the bike, and he goes, "Hey, is that a portion of the tarp based on the shape?" Pulled off the tarp. He looked at it. It completely needed to be restored. And I don't have a clear title for it, even though I know we can get one. Well, guess what? He offered me $8,000 cash. I talked him up to 10. He came back the next day with $10,000. Yes, I sold it. I really wanted to restore it, but to go from 800 to 10 grand in my pocket, yeah, I'll sell you anything I got.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to go tell my neighbor that I sold it for what I sold it for. I would never do that. So, yeah,
you just did.
That was the best. That was the best deal of my life. Taking 800.
No, I'll haggle people down on price. If someone's selling something, I'll haggle them down on the price. Like I was in Africa, and they were selling these African masks, hand carved masks, and I was buying some to bring home for the house, and they were looking for something like 30, the equivalent of $30 for them. And I went, no, that's way too much. And I started getting into a haggle with him, and I ended up. I think I bought him for $5 a piece. So
I see. I
walked away from him 500,
and no problem there. You can still buy a CR10 Max over on Tiny Machines for $1,000 when they're in stock.
Yeah,
but I don't need it. Print's great. I just don't ever use it, and I need to pay off the Bamboo Labs. I'm still taking donations on that. And once I get my Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon, hopefully in a couple of weeks when I do the unboxing and follow-up videos, everybody that donated to me will have their name at the end of the video that donated. I'm not going to say what you donated. That's not right to do. But I will list everybody's name that helped me donate it and buy it. And then I sold a lot of stuff. Now, here's the sad part, like I was telling Liam. I got a lot of donations. I already sold a bunch of 3D printers and stuff I wanted to sell. The money goes to my checking. I pay bills to live. I pay doctor bills. I buy groceries. I even took out a Discover card to actually make the purchase, which I shouldn't have done because I'm having trouble paying the 2 cards I got. But I did. I took out a 3rd card. All that money I've already got in, I made one $450 payment on a $1,700 bill. So, and I took in like $1,100 total on stuff I sold in donations, but most of the money just goes poof. And I'm sure you guys understand. It's just get in your bank account, bills, whatever, poof, it just goes away. So I've got enough diode lasers to sell and my resin printer that if I sell everything I've got listed, I can pay the card back off, maybe. But no one in Las Vegas wants diode lasers. I'm not getting any bites on them.
Which surprises me.
So I've had a few people ask about this and that, and I tell them, and you like to come out, and they don't respond, or I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I mentioned
that I have a channel called 3DHP on YouTube where they can go actually watch the video of that exact laser and me using it and what I printed before they even come out. So,
yeah, I might thin out some of my printers. I haven't got around to doing it yet, but I need.
Yeah, if they just sit, there's no reason to keep them. And I don't make much money, so every penny I get, I need. And I can't afford my own hobby. Put it that way. I can't afford to even be in this hobby. So whenever I get something and I decide to get rid of it, I sell it for what I consider a fair price, and then I put that money either towards bills or back in the hobby. So,
yeah. But I'm always so I have to do a bit of thinning on my stuff. I need to make some space. I'm half considering maybe at some point getting another K40.
Yeah, I've got a worm drive skill saw out in the garage
because I do enough.
Cable saw.
I use my K40 enough that I could justify a second one. You know, I just need to get a bigger extractor fan. I do not have cardboard spools. No, I'm only using plastic spools. And actually, I'm not even using their spool holder. I'm actually using my off machine spool holder because it's got bearings on it, so any filament I put on there moves even easier.
My cord on my worm drive skill saw jack is only about a 1.5 2 foot long. Obvious reasons why that happened. So,
Yeah.
Cutting the cord gets in the way and you're in a hurry.
I'd love to, but I want to add a bigger CNC. And I've been talking about doing the MP CNC, but I keep hesitating because it's all belt driven. And I don't like the fact that it's belt driven. I want it to be screw driven.
If you guys go over to printables, type in 3D HP and you can get a mini me, and then you can take it out for target practice if you want. So, this has been
Don't tempt us, Jerry. Don't tempt us.
You put it in your attic space to keep the rats away.
So, but that's a mini me right there.
The birds, you know, on the roof landing.
This was done based off a couple photographs. He sculpted it by hand. It's based off some photographs. Looks quite a bit like me.
Yeah, what you could do is you can put it on top of the if you have a farm, put it on the scarecrow.
Yeah. Or print another alien and put that head on it and stick off his head. And here's a cool resin print I've done.
Explain what you mean, HC.
This is called a Feebot or Fembot or Feebot. It's off a CG Trader. Jamie has also done one of these. It has 3 different heads I can put on it. The arms move at the shoulder, and they don't move at the elbow. And I still haven't clear coated. I told you guys like 2 months ago I was going to clear coat it, and it's done in a candy colors, but I haven't clear coated it yet. But it's really cool. It's all done in resin. Whenever I can afford, I try to do everything in resin.
Yeah, I have some I haven't been doing an awful lot other than toys, because I have some presentations I have to create.
This was printed on a raft years ago on my TiVo Tarantula Pro. I just left it on the raft, no reason to take it off. And then I went on Amazon. I bought these eyeballs and I hot glued them in at the bottom to kind of hold them in there. That's kind of a fun print. And that's done in a rainbow filament. I don't remember what brand. I'd have to go back and watch my video. But sometimes I get people that ask me questions about old videos. And I try to answer every question if I can on YouTube, but I have to go back and usually watch the video to know what they're talking about. Try to refresh my memory. So that's really cool. And then the Atom Stack laser that I am currently selling, it's a cantilever laser. I kind of engraved my knife. I've got a spray that I put on it. I can find out the name if anybody wants to know. Now, up in here, I can't fill the lettering. Once I get down here to the S and over, I can actually fill it.
Yeah.
Now that's done with a diode. On the surface, Jerry. Burned into it very well. It's just really light.
Yeah, but that's on the surface, Jerry. That's not burned in.
Yeah.
It's a chemical reaction to make the spray you put over bond with the metal. It doesn't actually go inside. You need to have a fiber laser to go inside.
Yeah, to engrave it deep.
Yeah.
And then I got a coin I can show you from Trevor Navarre 3D.
Was it Ceramark?
Oh yeah, I can show Trevor's video too.
Jerry, was it Ceramark?
Oh, the stuff that I used? No, it's called I'm looking for it. It's Dry Molly.
Oh yeah, Dry Molly, okay.
Dry Molly lube is what I sprayed on it. And let me grab the coin from Trevor.
Yeah, that allows you to mark metals on the surface, but they will come off if you rub them. I mean, like with wire brush or something like that, they will come off.
Now here's a brass coin from Trevor. These are blanks, and they're engraved and buffed, and that's actually engraved like a $50.
Dudes, I need to go. My dog's not doing so well.
All right, Matt.
Have a good night, Matt. I hope everything works out okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye. Navarre 3D. And as a matter of fact, let me show Trevor's video.
Yeah, and
you're annealing the metal.
Color change, but the Dry Molly, the material of the Dry Molly actually bonds with the metal. So on the surface, it's you're chemically changing it so it sticks to the metal.
Let me find that video and I'll share it. I haven't showed Trevor's video in a minute. Okay, here's Trevor from Navarre 3D. He's in Navarre, Florida in a mall. He has a 3D printing store. He has filament printers, everything. And he just got in like 4 or 5 FL Sun B400s. And he was showing them off on socials today. But here's his video right here. You're welcome to talk during it.
Hello everyone, I'm Trevor, and this is my store. This is Navarre 3D Printing. We're actually located in the mall in Mary Esther, Florida. In our display window, we have a bunch of Jeff Hex 3D stuff. It's kind of hard to see with this shine in the mirror, sorry. We do a bunch of custom stuff for people. Over here we have some demo printers in the window. As you can see, we usually leave them on actively printing. That way people can, you know, kind of get an idea of this. Anyway, let's go inside the store. We're having a big promotion on filament. This is the Navarre series by Layerworks. Jonathan has made some amazing filaments, and they're all USA made. And we have some beautiful colors. Alright. Let's see, we've got some great models up here. Okay, we got filament. Again, more patrons. We got Flexi Factory and about 10 others. We have Xyltech filament on the right there. Tons and tons of eSun. Printers galore. We got Folson, of course, Creality, Chitty-Tech. Again, this is our line of filament here. Well, this is Layerworks. This is our series. And man, I can't tell you how beautiful it is. It just has this beautiful opalescence in it and gorgeous stuff. Let's see, we got our front counter here.
Yeah, those filaments are lovely.
And over here, Print Farm.
Yeah, there's
A bunch
a
of
kitty
Chitty-Techs, a few more. A bunch of printers waiting to be put together. We got a Optimus P1 over here. That's a whole different
giant
story
printer, that is.
entirely.
I haven't talked to him lately to
Backup
find out if
printers
he ever
there,
got it working right.
filament.
I wanted him to drop in today. He messaged me earlier on Messenger, but he's busy probably.
Some resin action going. Been doing a few big resin jobs lately. This particular job is 51 units. Repairs.
Isn't he getting ready to move his store to a different part of the mall anyway?
Two more printers
That's
ready
what my
to
wife
go
was
and
telling me,
some
but I haven't
tables.
heard if he's done it
No,
yet.
he said it himself.
Okay.
Back here we
Sometimes
have
when
our
people tell
30
me
and
things,
50
I'm not
watt
listening,
fiber
and it goes down
lasers.
one ear and out the other. That happens to me a lot. So I got to put one hand on my ear when you're
She has
talking
her
most of
own
the time to understand.
That's
concentrate.
called selective deafness, Jerry.
And then here's our repair section.
Quite often, if I'm
Mainly
thinking
it's
about something I want to
Chitty-Tech,
say and you're
some
talking, I don't
Creality.
comprehend what you're saying, so I'm thinking about
But,
something else.
we put everything together. That's the store. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you, Jerry.
Very cool. And that's it. Trevor's store from Navarre 3D. Him and his wife run it, and his little girl. So little girl
took
is trying to hang
advantage
out
of the break to have an apple.
Okay. Yeah, I went and nuked some coffee. I drink decaf nowadays, health reasons. One thing nice about drinking decaf, though, you can wake up any hour of the night and you can't sleep, go grab a cup, throw it in the microwave, drink, and go back to sleep because there's no caffeine in it.
Coffee doesn't stop me sleeping.
Oh, yeah. Well, caffeinated does.
Yeah, no, it doesn't bother me at all. And I
An
like the
energy
breakfast
drink.
blends.
If I drink an energy drink or Mountain Dew or something in the afternoon, I have trouble sleeping at night. And then I went and
I
bought
like
one
the
of these
breakfast blend
watches like my
coffees.
wife has. These are only like 30. She got one for Christmas from her mom for like $35 on Amazon. I went and bought one, and I've got hooked up to my phone. It's supposed to tell you how much you sleep and don't sleep and exercise and whatever. So I've been trying it out, but I think I sleep less than what it was telling me. But
So
anyway.
sleep is what, 10 hours? Exercise is 0.5 hours?
Yeah, I walk around the house an awful lot. So
But that's deemed exercise. But yeah,
Yeah. But it's not like working when I used to have a job.
Yeah, but the no, Trevor's store is lovely. He did say they were moving up to the front of the mall because they were going to demolish the back end.
Here, I'll see if I can get him to pop in real quick.
Yeah, he's probably busy at the store, or he could be busy planning the move because they are moving to the front of the mall. They're not leaving the mall; they're just moving to a different store in the mall. What did he do? Oh, you know, Jerry's going to reach out to Trevor. Oh, Jerry, how long have you been retired? Joe's asking.
I'm 58. I retired when I was 49. I drew unemployment for the last year to get all I could get out of the state, and then I actually retired with my pension at 50. I work construction here in Las Vegas. I've done a little bit of anything and everything. Drove a forklift, water truck, jackhammer work, poured concrete. I core drilled for many years. Me and my crew of 6 guys years ago cored 80,000 holes in the current MGM in every single room everywhere. Everywhere it had a hole for a pipe, we drilled it. So I've done a little bit of everything most of my life. I drove delivery trucks for 10 years. I worked fast food when I was a kid, and now I do nothing other than I gained 60 pounds, lost all my muscle, and I have health problems. So I live stream and hang out and chat with people and try to share the love of 3D printing with everybody whenever I can. And, you know, and I make a couple dollars here and there off things. My YouTube channel I've had for almost as long as I've been retired, and I've only got like 3,900 and something subscribers. And I know people that have had their channel a year and they got 30 or 40,000 subscribers. So I've been doing something wrong because my channel is not where I want it to be. And I think I put in a lot of hours and times. I don't teach enough. I tend to show people things more than I'm teaching. And I think that's the reason why I'm not explaining how to fix things all the time. But in every video, I try to give tidbits or little pieces of information here and there. And subscribing is free. So why my channel has never grown, I don't know why. So it is what it is. And I started streaming on Twitch, and then I quit doing live streams on YouTube for a while. And now I'm back to doing on both of them. So
yeah, I'm starting to do both as well. My last few have been on both it's been on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook is what I'm doing because while I like Twitch, there were some people who did not like going over to Twitch because it gets popping up with ads all the time. At least on YouTube, if there's an ad, it's an overlay. And on the bottom of the screen, like a lower third type of scenario. So I'll do them all just to stay on all of them. But
when I done my taxes yesterday, I got a 1099, I think it was from a YouTube. I forget the company name, but I got that, and it's like $600 and something I made in donations last year for the whole year, or from YouTube in general and donations. And I had to report it. I Googled it. Anything over $400, you got to report. So I had to report all my taxes. So I was thinking anything over 1,000, just like when you hit a jackpot in Vegas, anything over $1,000, you got to report. Anything under, I figured you didn't, but now they've changed things. So anything over 400, you got to report. So I had to list it. Oh, as a matter of fact, thinking about that, when I got that form, it was a 1099, whatever it was called. When I went to H&R Block and I went to that area to enter that information, once I clicked continue to go to the next page, it wanted to know my rental property address. It was totally unrelated to the form.
Because it deems you as a contractor. 1099 is a contractor. So they deem you as a contractor. It's self-employed.
Okay, well, when you go to look at the category, it says hobby, blah, blah, blah type stuff. When I went to enter it, the next page took me to the wrong area and I couldn't get out of it. So I deleted that and I went to a miscellaneous place where you can add miscellaneous things you want to claim. I entered it all in there. So they still got the information. It just wasn't where it should have been because I couldn't continue.
Yeah.
So anyway, it got filed and I'm getting a couple hundred less than last year, which sucks. So, oh well.
Yeah, I have over. I reached 1,000, just over 1,000, 1,100. That's where I am on my YouTube.
Being retired, I make about $20,000 less than when I was working, 20 to 25,000. So
yeah, I'm full-time employed, so I don't think I'll retire when they force me out. I don't think I'll ever voluntarily retire.
Yeah, I want to get a 150 CNC. I tried to review one from them for quite some time, and I kept getting no, 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 no. And I am a woodworker. I mean, I work construction, but I haven't worked as a woodworker per se, making furniture and stuff where they would get a billion videos out of it. But I wanted to review one, and I was going to use it, and make videos on it on a regular basis, but it never happened. But I have my MP CNC that I built. I don't want to call it a toy, but it's not something you could use commercially because you can't guarantee it's not going to break down on you. It works. I've done some cool signs with it, but if I wanted to produce stuff and put it on Etsy, this won't do it. It's going to break down on me at some point. So if I ever have an extra $2,500, I'd like to get a 150 if that ever magically happens. So, but I mean, it works, but I tinker with it. So
yeah, I have two smaller CNCs.
Yeah, and Liam has this one here, I believe.
I have that one. I have another one as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a toy. It works, but
it works fine for small objects. If you don't need anything big, it works great.
Yeah.
I was considering building an MP-CNC, and I still might. I don't know. A lot of times they say ABS is better than Petchy for the MP-CNC, but PLA is more rigid, so I might do a mixture between PLA and Petchy. The reason why is PLA is fine where there's no heat involved, and I need the housing then for the spindle. I might go PETG.
I use PETG on it, and I wanted to use the chrome heavy-duty steel rails you buy at the welding supply, the steel supplier, and I couldn't find any, even though I live in Vegas and they got plenty of places like that. So I went to Lowe's and I bought conduit, and then I had to reprint a bunch of parts to fit the conduit, and then I had to go over steel wool because it was imprinted with their name on it, and it was anyway, it was kind of a pain, but I got it to kind of work. And then I bought a $35 controller off of Amazon, which Liam helped me configure it to get my directions working right and my steps per millimeter and all that working correct on it. And yeah, it works. I ran it with Easel, and Easel was like what, $20 a month. I've had it for a few months last year. Then they jacked it up to $25 a month, and I wasn't using it that much, so I dropped it. But Easel's great software to use with it. And now you can 3D carve with Easel. You can import STLs and Easel, but I haven't had a reason to buy it yet. But if I get some extra money and get it back out in the garage, I can start making some goodies and trying to sell them here and there.
I can show you how to use Fusion, or Tom Lama can show you how to use Fusion to do slices.
Yeah, we've tinkered with it, but yeah.
I use Fusion. I don't want to use I've used Easel and stuff, but I prefer Fusion.
Which web address? Oh, to YouTube? Is that what you're talking about? You're on YouTube.
No, well, no, Jack, not Marlon. It's running what's it called?
Gerbil.
It's a Gerbil board. Here, share out my links there, Jerry. You have my links, don't you?
Which links?
All of them.
YouTube.
Do you know them?
I gotta go find them all. One of the
let me type them into private chat. You can share them out.
Okay. And I'm on Facebook also. I've got a group called 3D Printing and Painting 3D HP. I'm on Facebook also. If you want to join me over on Facebook, I screen everybody that I bring in. If you look like you're just going to spam my Facebook group, then I don't allow you to join. And then I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitch. TikTok, I put up a couple videos. I don't do nothing with it. It's kind of a joke. So.
Let me get my Facebook page group as well.
Let me copy these over.
And let me get my group. I have 2 Facebook groups. 3D Printing Addicts and 3D Printing Help Desk. A Help Desk is a bigger group. Where am I? There's my.
I almost clicked in broadcast. I'm getting in a hurry, copying, pasting, and I almost in broadcast. That would have been a mistake.
That would have been an expensive mistake.
Yeah, last week when Liam, if you're watching Liam Tuesday night, he tried to raid a Polymaker. For some reason, the raid wouldn't jump. I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
There's Astro Printer everywhere. And on Twitch, I'm Jerry3DHP, just like my name on Twitch. And obviously, if you're on YouTube, you know where I'm at because you're there. But yeah, please give me a follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. It's free to do so. And if you want to pay on Twitch, it's I think you could use your Amazon Prime account. It's $4.99 a month on Twitch TV. And I usually only stream once a week when I do my weekly Maker Hangout. A long time ago, I said I was going to stream more, but I don't have time. There's always something going on every day, and I'm lucky that I get to do it Saturday for 3 hours.
Yeah, so I do. I normally stream on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern, but I'm not this Tuesday because my son has a swim meet. If I have something to do, an unboxing or whatever like that, I'll do it over the weekend. When I have those, when I get machines, I've been promised a few, and so far they haven't come to fruition. So I don't know what's going on. Or like if I'll do some ad hoc stuff as well during the week. If I'm doing something I think someone will find interesting, I'll go live and show what I'm doing. Like I'll be laser engraving tonight, so maybe I'll set up my camera inside my laser engraver and go live, and you can watch my K40 do its job.
Yeah, people love watching content. As long as Joe Telling isn't on, I'm sure people will come watch.
Yeah, some people would pop in, and some people don't. It's fine. It is what it is.
Yesterday, when Joel was on yesterday, and I popped in for a little bit and chat and said hi. I didn't stay, but maybe 15 minutes. And then I noticed that Belgian Maker, is that his name? Belgian Maker. He used to come on with his wife a long time ago.
Yeah.
He was unboxing the P1P, and he had a Benchy going at the time. He only had 3 people watching him. I guess he'd done an unboxing. And I guess that's because all the 400 people were over watching Joel, and he only had like 3 people that I seen in chat watching him. So I popped in and said hi for a minute.
Yeah, when I did my P1P, it was an hour and a half and half of that was talking while it was print, and it was a 15-minute print. Setting it up doesn't take long.
Yeah, when I get my X1 Carbon, I'm either going to go live the same day or the next day, depending on when it comes in the mail, because I'm going to want to open it up and start printing with it. And I'm going to do it on live stream. And like I say, we'll be giving away 3 rolls Ziltech filament. We might be giving away a Wham Bam Plex plate or a gift card. I'm negotiating with them and see what they want to do. Once I have a definite date that's coming in, then I'll get back with Wham Bam. And I try to get a hold of Nick on Discord for, I don't know, a couple weeks now, maybe a week or two, trying to find out if he wants to do a giveaway on my stream, and he hasn't responded to my Discord yet. So I don't know if he's just real busy or what the deal is, but he hasn't responded to me asking.
If you're using a Polymaker, you'll need to print the add-ons for the...
I hear a lot of people print with cardboard fine on it, so I'll have to find out.
A lot of people say they have problems with it too. So
yeah,
if there is a print out there that you goes over the Polymaker spools to give them a plastic rim, and if you're not using an AMS and you're just using the spool holder in the back, you're okay. If you are using the AMS, people recommend the add-on, because all you need is one damaged edge on the cardboard spools, and you'll run into issues.
Yeah, I've never set up a Discord channel. I could have years ago, but that's just one more thing I got to try to pay attention to. So I'm on a lot of people's Discords, but I don't have a Discord set up. And I think the best way to communicate, if anybody buys any kind of laser, resin printer, 3D printer, anything, the best way to communicate with companies, I think, is on Facebook. People are like, well, I don't do Facebook. Well, you don't have to have a regular page to go pay attention to all the garbage. Just go there to communicate with people on the different channels for your 3D printing companies and ask them questions and stuff like that. Great way to communicate with people. Hey, Shadow Quark, hello, how are you doing? And I think Liam got some food delivered from his wife. And he's not talking, he's muted.
I didn't know it was muted.
Okay.
Yeah, she just dropped off some food, so I'll eat.
Yeah. So we use it for 3D printing groups. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I do a mixed bag of stuff. I do a lot of printing. I do a lot of lasers. Some CNC. I want to do more CNC stuff because I like CNC. It can be 3D printing is fun, but you can on a larger CNC you can actually you can create stuff that's easier to make, and people like natural wood finishes and stuff. So.
Here's a resin print of Turbo Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger from the movie Jingle All the Way, and I just put a video out on this. I believe it was yesterday, the day before the video came out. Oops. He's done the multicolors. I had different color resins, so I was kind of dumping as I was printing. And the base has been hollowed. All the presents here, as I mentioned in the video, are done solid. The reason I done that solid, there's so many different Christmas bulbs and packages, I'd have to have a lot of drain holes in it. It'd be really hard to try to plug them all. So this package section is solid. The rest of it's been hollowed. And his jetpack on the back is also solid. I didn't hollow it.
Yeah.
But he's got a second head, which I can put a shield on, and that's Arnold Schwarzenegger as Turbo Man. Please go check out my video on YouTube. Give me a like, leave a comment.
7 months doing laser, that's a lot of time, you know, if you're doing it regularly. My K40 has paid for itself. None of my 3D printers have, but my K40 has.
Yippee-ki-yay, John McClane. When he was younger, before he had wrinkles. Too much light.
And it's a bright color filament, so.
And I don't know what got on his forehead. I tried to wipe it off. I don't know what the hell that blue dot is. Something.
I was going to say something, but I won't say it on stream.
And I had trouble putting holes in the bottom with my cheetah box slicer. Or actually, no, I used uniformation slicer. And I went to place holes in certain places. I knew it was hollow and they just wouldn't work. So I put them where I could put them.
But, yeah. So, what, were you wrapping up at the top of the hour, Jerry?
Yeah.
All right, I'll wait till then. And then
if we make it that far, I'll keep going and do 3 hours.
Yeah,
if anybody would like to drop in, you're welcome to come and hang out and chit chat about what you're talking about. Jack in the shop, do you want to come in and talk about your shop and your business and plug yourself? And you're very welcome to. Just have clothes on if you come on stream. No surprises. Because I see everybody in the back room. So if I don't know you or I see what's going on, then I may not let you in. Whoever it may be.
Yeah, because I
you need a CNC, you need a laser, you need a resin printer, you need a little bit of everything. So you got lots of hobbies. Don't restrict yourself to only one thing.
It depends, right? CNC is very different. Okay, so laser engraving is and cutting is marking and cutting wood. CNC is the opposite 3D printing because you're removing materials, right? And there is a different learning curve involved in creating your tool paths for it, right? And the type of tool you use and so on. And a 3D printer, you have a nozzle and that's it. 3D printing is additive manufacturing, which is, again, is a different process because you're actually building up from something. It depends on what you want to do with it. Like, I don't think, if you sell a lot of stuff laser engraved, maybe there might be interest in doing in your area of 3D printed, or sorry, not 3D printed, but CNC stuff. But don't exclude one out of the other, I would say. I would say explore the options out there. Now, CNCs can be very expensive, right? Compared to a 3D printer. You get a 3D printer for a few $100. A CNC machine, a decent CNC machine, we're talking about $1,500 and higher, right? Maybe you might get a belt-driven one or a lower-end one for $1,000, like the not Congo. What's their names? $1,500
to $2,500 on average for a hobbyist CNC that you could use for a business, a small business.
What's the guys who do the SainSmart have one for about $1,000? And that would work fine for a lot of things, unless you want to do heavier materials, and then you are faster speeds or whatever. But they're very noisy, and you need to have space from it. A laser is quiet. A CNC machine or a resin or a 3D printers are quiet, fairly quiet. A CNC machine, they're nowhere near quiet. They're loud machines. So, but if you need to have them outside, like you need to have them in a garage or a workshop or whatever. You can't do CNCing in your basement.
Yeah, it's louder than hell. And if you have a bamboo labs and live in an apartment, it might be too noisy that your neighbor is going to bang on the wall if you're printing at night. Because the bamboo labs are very loud machines.
They're not that bad, actually. They're loudish. They're not as bad as people say. And certain movements are loud, but that's about it. I wouldn't say it's a loud machine.
So if it was in the next room next to your bedroom wall printing at night, would it keep you up?
It is if it's against the wall, yes, but mine is in my other room and I don't hear it. And the door here in my office is cracked. So
Yeah, a lot of dust.
don't get a 3-in-1. Do not get a 3-in-1. They are a waste of money.
Yeah, if you want a laser, get a laser. CNC, get a CNC printer, get a printer. Don't get 3-in-1. That's 3 different chances of something breaking down. Every one of the 3 options is going to be limited, not do everything you want it to do. Buy 3 separate machines.
Well, not only that, right? If you want to print something, you have to use the printer. And you can't use the laser or the CNC because it's printing. And if you want to do something else like a CNC, you can't use it. Whereas you can buy them separately. You get bigger volumes in most cases. They run independent on their own. So one is not using the other. So you can be doing multiple tasks at the same time. And they're easier to troubleshoot if one breaks down rather than a 3-in-1.
If you have a Onefinity CNC, for example, and you want to add the laser, it's like $800 or $900 for that option. You can go buy a nice standalone machine for that amount of money. There's no reason to combine it.
For half
and
that
then you
price.
got all the dust and all the crap to work that you have to deal with. They have a separate machine.
I know he said they have all in one, but if he's got one printer in his room, you can't run a CNC in the bedroom or in somewhere where you live. The dust and so on off it is bad, right? You need to have extraction systems and dust collection systems and so on. So you don't want to run those there. And again, for a laser, if it's a room you live in, you do not want to run the laser in a room you're living in because of the fumes from cutting or from laser.
Unless you have an enclosure and you're exhausting it outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
definitely don't put a laser on CNC. Yeah, Jack's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say if you're going to go that route, I'd rather have them separately and take one down and put the other one up and do an exchange.
An Auteur LM3 10-watt that I got from Trevor with Navarre 3D Auteur. I'm keeping that. I'm keeping my my 10-watt X tool. And then I'm
telling you it's time for cookies, Jerry.
And yeah, Bones, there want something. Yeah,
I want a treat.
But I'm selling my other 5 lasers because I don't need them. They, if I sell them, I can help pay down my debt on my Bamboo Labs I just ordered. That's why I got them all for sale. They all work perfectly fine. When anybody comes over, I hook it up to Lightburn. I home it if the machine homes. Only one of them does an auto home, and then I burn a circle or something to show you that it works. So
yeah. So don't. I have a 3-in-1 machine that I've only used it for 3D printing. I never use the other functionality, even though it can do the others. I would just say I wouldn't go that route. That's my opinion, and my opinion, and $5 will get you bad coffee at Starbucks, right? But it's not the way I would go. I recommend anybody, if you're going to have multiple, if you want to have multiple functionality, then do them as separate machines. I don't do enough CNC stuff because I don't have a workshop. And I can't build a workshop where I live. The HOA.
You just tinker. Liam kind of tinkers with this and that unless he's got a job to do. It'll make him some money.
Yeah, I do a lot of 3D printing. I do a lot of 3D printing for charity and stuff.
Tell people what you do for NASA.
Oh, I'm what's called a solar system ambassador for NASA. So I do talks. When somebody in an area near where I live is looking for someone from NASA to come do a talk, they redirect them to people like me to go and do it for them. So now and again they'll send somebody out, but in most cases they will have an ambassador like me come out and do talks for them. So I have one coming up in the end of March at a local library. They wanted to do talks about the solar eclipse, so I'm building the presentation deck for that. I do regular planetarium shows at a local college. I'm on the planning committee for a big astronomy group in the area where we do an event that has 5,000 people attend over 2 nights. So I do a lot of stuff. I'm into astronomy, and I'm into a lot of stuff like that.
Darth Gallum, if you're in chat, I have all your information. Thank you. Your email.
Oh, he was on the Saturn V. That's cool. Yeah, this is my Saturn V right here. It's the Lego model. These are 3D printed. These two, Falcon 9 and the Heavy, are 3D printed, and Starship is 3D printed. But I done yeah, no, I'm a serious space nerd, and I don't just talk about astronomy and looking through eyepieces and taking photographs. I also talk about the science behind them. I like explaining how stuff works, like how a star works and why stars live and die and how it all functions and so on. I'm big into that and how we measure distance across space, and I'm that type of nerd. So when I get into conversations with people about stuff, especially when I'm at these talks, I can go in depth with people and explain it to them. And I don't overload them with non-technical technical jargon. I find other ways to explain it that's easier to understand. I use a lot of I compare it with other stuff. Like I compare light with sound, because you know sound. You haven't know anything about this, about light, how light operates, but I can compare it with sound, and I do other stuff. Those analogies help people understand. So yeah,
But while
I'm
you're
that
here,
nerd.
everybody, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up on the channel. I'd appreciate it. Share up my channel. Help me grow my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And I come back each and every Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific, and every week we have different people on. We have the same regular people plus different people pop in. You know, a lot of big makers and YouTube people on bigger channels pop in occasionally, chit chat.
Yeah,
And
physics is hard. It's all formulas.
Speaking of the devil, we have a laser guy popping in. So everybody in chat that wants to hear about lasers, we got Rich, the LA hobby guy. Hey, Rich, how you doing?
Did you just say the devil?
Speaking of the devil. Now, we've been talking about lasers and stuff, and everybody in chat, you want to know anything about light burn? This is a man right here. He reads a manual and he does videos on it, and I'm stupid and I don't read it. I just watch videos and I learn from other people. But yeah, Rich is a great guy. He's got a great channel.
I can hardly hear you today because my speakers just went out, so I have a miniature little speaker.
Oh, wow.
That I can barely hear anything on. But what are you guys up to today?
Well, not much. We were getting ready to wrap up, but now that you're here, we won't. We gave a roll of filament. No, you're fine. We gave away a roll of filament from TH3D. We're kind of winding down, trying to find stuff to talk about, and then somebody popped in, so now we can keep going.
Well, with a physics degree, you can teach.
What's that, Liam?
You can teach with that.
You got to speak up.
Oh, sorry. No, Shadow Quark said he's got a degree in physics, but he stopped astrophysics because quantum mechanics was hard. and I said, look, well, with a physics degree, you can teach, right? So
let me see if I'm gonna plug in. I'm gonna be right back, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Or you could do other stuff like a lot of people don't go into astrophysics. They might just do general astronomy, which is easier than astrophysics, right? So if you have a degree in physics already, you can, as an undergrad, you can go do a grad in astronomy, which is be easier, and you don't get into the quantum mechanics side of it as much. But then it's a different track. But that might be something you might be interested in. So, like, I like the math. I like the. I always hated math in school. I always despised math. I did it because I had to. I never really liked it until I got more into astronomy, and I started figuring out how the math I was doing applied in real application. Not just learning formulas, but like calculus. Everybody hates calculus, right? But when you figure out that calculus was invented by Isaac Newton to explain the orbital mechanics of planets, and you can see how it's really applied. Now it makes sense.
Can you hear us better now, Rich?
I got it working. Yeah.
Good. Cool.
Actually, what happened was my monitor went out, and I got a nice big second monitor, and moving everything around. I guess we must have the system automatically changed to that other little mini speaker inside the computer. So,
okay.
I was able to find it in the system and turn it back on.
How's your makeover coming? Your remodel, and how's the weather been down there?
It's coming well. Yeah, it's almost finished. The new extension is just about done on the building next door. Weather is beautiful outside. Something that kind of took me by surprise. I got concrete doors on the new building.
For fireproofing?
I don't know what it's for. They're concrete, though. The guy says that they'll last for 100 years.
Well, yeah. Well, they're used as a fire barrier as well. And
I've worked construction forever. I've never seen a concrete door. I've seen heavy metal doors.
It's an actual. It's like the same boards that you use in a bathroom. You know, the concrete.
Oh, it's the dry slab, Jerry.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
What's it called? The backing you use in showers and stuff?
Yeah, but they usually got foam inside of them. They got foam inside the concrete.
No.
You're talking about.
Yeah, but you know that the wall, when you have a bathroom or a shower, you line the wall with a slab.
Yeah,
it's not normal drywall.
It's very similar. It's not the same thing as that, but it's very similar to that.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So I've been playing with a new. I've learned.
Rockboard.
Yeah, like rockboard.
I've learned some new things in the last week. Sort of blows my mind because I thought I was really good at this, you know. And I found all kinds of workarounds and ways to do things to make the laser work, you know. But I found a new laser. I got a new laser this week that's just blowing my mind. And the key difference is precision. This laser is super precise in every way. And that precision just makes the whole idea of a diode laser, it just changes everything.
May I ask what manufacturer?
What's that?
Which company?
It is a company called Rolly Automation, and it's brand new. It's somebody that contacted me last year and wanted input. Don't look up their website because it's not finished yet. So you're not going to find anything but an unfinished website. But anyway, he contacted me and several other people on YouTube and wanted to get advice, an engineer from China, on what would be the ultimate laser engraver, diode laser engraver. So he got all this advice about what to build, and he built it. And it's all metal. It's all in one piece. When you open the box and take it out, except for the 4 panels for the enclosure, it's all in one piece. Absolutely beautiful machine, all metal, all thick metal. And I mean, even the hinges on the acrylic cover are thick metal, beautiful hinges. Everything about this. The camera has the compatible chip for light burn. It has built-in camera. It has, everything that you can imagine that you would want in a diode laser. And the precision on this thing is just unbelievable. So that's what I've been doing. I've been playing. I made myself a name tag for an event coming up this week. I've also learned some new things too. So you won't be able to probably see this on camera. Oh, yes, you can. Okay, that is with no accelerant. See the gold on top?
Is it a diode laser or what?
Yeah,
it's an IR laser.
Diode laser. Yeah.
But is it an IR laser?
No. 10-watt diode laser. This is something new that I learned. So this is the company. See how beautiful that came out?
Wow.
And by the way, this is polished, so it's not going to rub off. I went over and polished it, and that's polished stainless steel. And I learned something new, which is frequency control. So did you know that you can do frequency control on a diode laser? I didn't.
I know you can do it on a fiber laser, but I've never known about being able to tune a diode like that.
Oh, there are some diode lasers. First off, I haven't found one yet in my shop that has the frequency control, but this one does.
So what type of diode is it though? It's not a normal 455 nanometer.
It is a normal 455 nanometer, but what he's done is the G code is open source. So You can go in and change the firmware, and you can change you can change everything in the firmware. So I found the frequency control, and I've been playing with the frequency control, and this is just by lowering it by 9,000 kilohertz right here.
Kate says, is it the Paddock 10?
No.
We'll have to watch a video, guys, when he gets it out, and then we'll know.
Yeah. And this is something that I could never do with a 10-watt laser, but I was able to do with this 10-watt laser. This is 8.75 millimeter plywood, 300 millimeters a minute, 5 passes, cut right through it.
Nice.
I don't have a 10-watt laser that can cut through the Dollar Tree cutting boards. I've tried it on every one. This does almost as good as the 20-watt does, the 24-watt does, except the 24-watt was 400 millimeters per minute.
Does it have air assist on it?
Yeah, comes with it. Comes with everything, Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you need is built in under $1,000.
Wow.
So, this laser is going to dominate.
Well, they're not made in America if it's under $1,000.
hang on a second. It's made in China, but real quality parts. Hold on a second. Let me get some pictures up here. Where do I have them? I don't know if I transferred them all yet, but I think I have some in here.
In the near future, I might be doing a video on the Laser Master 3, putting an extension kit on it. So we'll wait and see when that happens one of these days.
I have to find that extension kit, Jerry, before you can do it.
That's why.
All right, so let's see. Make me larger.
I thought you were going to share a screen.
I am. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know why it is not letting me see my. Here it is, right here. That didn't work. There we go. Okay, so first off, huge box. Looks like it was beat to hell, but the boxes are incredible. Every box in here is incredible. The packaging is incredible. So there you go for the person that was asking. It is the Lasermatic 10, excuse me, by Rolly. Even the plastic is like 10 times thicker. There's no saran wrap on this laser. And there is the whole thing put together. The only thing you have to do is drop the gantry in, and it's got linear rails on both sides on the X and Y. You've got the regular linear rail on the X, and you've got the slot linear rail on the Y.
I'm guessing, like to buy that, it's probably what, $900, $1,000.
$999 for this one. Mm-hmm.
And that, but that includes a rotary and everything. But that's and an enclosure. That's a good deal.
Everything.
As long as it's not a roller rotary, because roller rotaries are kind of a pain.
It's a roller rotary, and I've used it, and it works perfectly. And I'm going to talk more about that in a second. Everything about this, all the fine.
Oh, they have the step. They have a step already provided for cutting as well.
Yeah, and it's metal. Okay.
Yeah.
And look at the USB drive on the
USB
nice drive is engraved. I mean, all of the little fine details that you would expect. Now, here is the inside of the machine. Do you see the honeycomb bed?
Nice. The
honeycomb bed fits into 2-inch standoffs that are milled out. It is perfectly in position. So if you're using absolute coordinates and you set a piece of wood right here in this corner, it is perfectly aligned.
Is it steel? So magnets stick to it?
I'm sorry?
Will magnets stick to it? Is it steel?
Yes, it's steel, and it's heavy duty. It's very heavy, and it doesn't flex like what you're used to.
Nice.
And there it is, light burn camera, everything that you can imagine. It has real Wi-Fi, so you can either use the web app, the web UI, or you can actually log into your router with it and control it from anywhere.
How is it Z adjustment? Is it manual, or is there a screw to adjust?
It's a fast screw right there on
top. Screw, good.
Yeah.
Let me say one thing real quick. I got a message on Marketplace about my Weedo X40. I want $400 for. Somebody goes, "It's still available, $100." Yeah, like I'm really going to even reply to that.
No, reply and say no, and just tell him no. It was posted for 400. Come back with a reasonable offer, and we'll discuss. That's all you say to him.
So if you look closely here, you can see it even has an adequate exhaust.
Is that a 4-inch exhaust?
Yes, 4-inch exhaust, and it's perfectly adequate because I've run a whole bunch of tests with it. I did not turn on the air scrubber, which normally sucks the air out. I just left it just the way it is. And of course, there's even going to be some resistance from the air scrubber.
Yeah, the enclosure came with it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
There's going to be resistance from the air scrubber, and it still cleaned the air perfectly fine.
That's good.
So everything about this, even the acrylic is solid. You know, it's thick acrylic. It's thick metal all around the frame.
I like that. I like that setup.
Sorry?
What's the engraving area? 400 by 400?
It's a little more than that, but it's yeah, you can say 400 by 400.
It's not square, is it? It's rectangular, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's 406 by 400, something like that.
Okay.
But
yeah, it looks rectangular.
Yeah, but you can say 400 by 400.
Yeah.
But everything about it, it's got dual in the front here, dual switches, dual door switches. So if you open the door while it's engraving, it'll turn off.
It'll pause, or does it pause or turn off?
No, it turns off. It just turns off the laser.
Oh, okay.
I mean, everything that you've ever wanted, and here's the beauty of this.
Does it come with an exhaust fan?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
And a heavy duty metal hose. So it's a heavy duty. Now I'm hooked up to my hose right here, but it comes with a heavy duty metal hose as well. But everything
nice
about this machine, even the lights, the LED strips that are under this metal right here.
Oh, it's lit as well. Oh, even better.
It's super lit. I mean, it's super bright inside. But even the LED strips that are underneath this metal are fully enclosed. They're almost a half an inch thick. So nothing cheap about this machine. And
how much clearance above the
enough.
Now, my query is, like, if you're going to use the rotary, how high can you raise the laser up for the rotary?
32-ounce tumbler.
That should be more than enough for most people.
Yeah. So you take out the honeycomb bed. When you take out the honeycomb bed, there's the steel bottom, right?
Yeah.
And it's very thick metal. And in that steel bottom, there are about 8 different little pins, little standoff pins. And whatever position you want to put the rotary in, there are standoff pins for it. So you can drop it into the 0-0 position over here. You can put it in the middle. Wherever you want to put it, you can put it, and it aligns perfectly onto the standoff pins.
Yeah,
and
he hasn't done a video on it yet.
What's that?
Abadus is asking about, have you done a video? You haven't done one yet.
No, there are no videos on this machine yet. Mine will be the first. I'm doing the actual product launch on the 3rd, and it might be a little earlier.
I do understand freedom units, yeah, but I prefer metric.
And they are on their way to Amazon. The one without the enclosure is already on Amazon, and I think it's like $4.99 with the coupon. I have a coupon code there, and I have the link on my forum, lahobbyguy.com, on the forums. It's a global announcement, a preview. If you want to see an interview with the CEO, he took the time to.
Actually, I'd like to do that myself as well.
What's that?
Talk to them and doing. I've done interviews with manufacturers in the past. I've been thinking about getting back into it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to talk to them about their product, about their goals and stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll. Like a lot of times, if you check on the ones I've done, some of the guys have actually taken me on tours of their factory live, with their walking around with a camera live.
Well, I caught him late at night, so it was at a coffee shop.
Well, yeah. So they're based in China, right?
Yes, they're based in China.
Yeah, because so what I generally do is I do mine in live. I do the live interviews, what I do in the evenings. So they'll be in the office at the time. So I schedule it on their morning time so they can actually be in the office. That's what I used to do.
Well, he gave me like a full 30 or 40 minutes. I did an interview. You can go on my forum and watch the interview
Yeah,
if you
let's go
want.
check it out.
No, Rich
But-
doesn't have a video out on this yet, but he's working on one.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
answered it, sir.
It's the video is scheduled to launch on the 3rd, which coincides with Amazon Logistics
Mm.
receiving these. So
Okay.
it might be out on it whenever Amazon releases them. There should be a video out on it. It'll either be the first, second, or third, somewhere in there. But even the drag chains, 3 drag chains.
Oh, very good.
So you got your drag chain here. You've got your drag chain up here, or 2 drag chains, excuse me, underneath the X. I mean, everything about this machine is everything that you've ever wanted in a machine.
When you're dealing with an enclosed laser, you need a drag chain because there's nowhere for the wires to go.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Jerry missed the point that I made a minute ago. Jerry, the roller accessory. When you pull out this bed, the honeycomb bed, the base is like more than 2 inches down. You drop the roller accessory anywhere you want. It has little standoff pins that it fits into.
Okay.
So that it's perfectly straight. And even the wine glass neck holder has standoff pins that align with it. To adjust the roller, it's the he claims it's the lowest profile roller in the world. He designed it. It's got like sticky rollers on it. Works really super well. And all of your settings are on the flash drive. So this is perfect, like for a new user. When you set up the laser, you import the LB set file instead of putting your settings in manually, and it sets up everything, including your roller, steps per millimeter. All of that stuff is automatically set up. There are no other settings that you have to make.
Your last video that you did talking about the Otura new rotary they came out with and how you love it over the RE2 Pro, I thought was a great video. And you did mention, I have had the same problem, is anything where when you lay an object into 2 rollers, that it always eventually walks a little bit. And I hate that it walks, but with a chuck, they can't walk. There's no way.
Yeah. Well, this doesn't walk, and I'll tell you why. It's a precision instrument. So everything in this laser is precision. So when you put that roller in and you dock it on the pins, it is perfectly level with the rest of the laser. The only thing you have to do is get the laser level. That's it. It will not walk. And I've done that on, I've done dowels on it already. No problem.
Rich, did you see this? Jerry, put me full screen.
Well, let me finish with these pictures.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So let's see. This is the next one.
I like that.
That's with it closed. Nice handle in the front. There's this is the custom light burn camera. So
is
it has
a wide angle?
It has light burn chip. It is not wide angle. It covers the entire workbench.
Kate's got a question for you, Rich.
What's that? Be one of your. It could be. Yeah, it could be. And it probably will be. I'm going to guess that I'll probably have one of these for raffle in March. So maybe March or April. Yeah. So keep an eye out for that.
Nice.
Let's see what else I got here.
That's Sam, how you doing?
From the beginning. Okay. So a true, I've got a true 0.08 spot size on this, and it's in both directions.
Oh, so it's square.
Yeah, which it's a rectangular diode with a true 0.08 line width, I should say, not spot size, line width. So it's slightly rectangular, but the line width is still 0.08. And I did it under the microscope. Hard limit switches, which is something I really like, and measurements in now those are the standoffs I was telling you about, Jerry, where the honeycomb bed fits into.
Yes.
So precision standoffs. And let's see what else I got. I don't have all the photos here. Oh, here we go. This is the bottom of it. And this is very thick steel down here. So actually, there is 3 drag chains. I'm sorry, one here, and one on the X. So 3 different drag chains. And these are the standoffs, Jerry, I was telling you about for the roller accessory. You can put it in any configuration that you want. And I think that's about it. Yep, that's about it. And
Nice.
and the thing that makes this really different is the precision. So everything that you do, like for instance, when I did this, and Jerry, you know about this because you've done some of this. When I did this, okay, normally you're going to get slightly different colors going across as it goes across, right, Jerry? So
I haven't got any color. The only thing I've done like that's been my surgical steel big knife I showed a little bit ago.
yeah, and it wasn't the same color all the way across. It was just slightly different, as you went further across. Well, when you focus this laser, it is incredibly precise because as you turn that knob, it comes down two guide rails. Okay, there's no wheels, there's no eccentric nuts, none of that. This is a precision laser, and as you bring it down, you can get. I put a sheet of paper between this stainless steel and the laser, and that's how I engrave this with a sheet of paper thin, and you're able to get that precise focus on it because everything is so precise on the laser. Just a wonderful machine.
Nice.
Wonderful machine.
Very good.
And because you can get such a perfect focus, you don't have the little bits and pieces that don't cut out on your wood. When you cut something out.
Yeah.
And sometimes you will get an anomaly. You might have something happen in the grain, like
and not in the wood or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, or not in the wood or whatever. But typically, if you have a clean wood like basswood, once you got the settings dialed in, it's going to cut absolutely perfectly. And it's really I think it's all about the focus that makes this one so much better than the others.
Yeah, Jack, it's about $800, $800 or $900.
$999.
Yeah, and it's what materials? Anything a diode can do, it'll do.
It does more than any other diode.
Like, can it do clear?
Well, a CO2 can cut clear acrylic. This won't cut clear acrylic, will it?
No, this will not cut clear acrylic. No diode laser will cut clear.
The reason why is a diode laser operates in the visible spectrum of light, and visible spectrum of light will pass through clear acrylic. A CO2 operates outside of the visible spectrum, and because it's outside the visible spectrum at 10,500 nanometers, that's why it can interact with the acrylic.
Yeah, yeah, but everything that I'm doing with this seems to be low power.
Probably the 3rd of next month, Rich said, when he releases his video.
Yeah, when I release my video, I'm going to have special links to Amazon in there with coupons. So I think the final price is like $1,300, but it's going to be $9.99 with the Amazon coupon. But I mean, things like this. So I did my name tag, right? And this was before I aligned the Lightburn camera. So that's why it's a little off. I'm going to rerun the job. But I designed this for an event coming up, and that plastic, which I normally do on the fiber, that plastic I ran at 1,000 millimeters per minute at 9% power.
Yeah.
So
I used to do when I was a kid. I used to I had a job for a while engraving stuff like that, plaques and stuff like that, and that 2-tone plastic we regularly did.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but I mean the speed at which it does it, and I've tried it on all my other diode lasers, and I've never been able to do anything but melt it. There was always melted edges. This has nice, crisp, clean edges on it.
We used to do it with it was a little spindle, but it was very fast. But we used to use a spindle is what we used to do to cut. And you don't need to cut out the top layer, the black you cut off, so the white can show through. Yeah, but yeah, we used to do an awful of those that signage, and even signs for businesses and hotels and so on. We did an awful of those.
Yeah, well, this is from JP Plastics. It's designed for a laser. So,
Oh, okay.
and the problem with this is that the top is so thin. You know, normally you'd do them on the CO2, and you'd run like 500 millimeters a second, right? So you really can't you can't get the speed with the diode laser because of the overscanning. So 1,000 millimeters per minute was perfect for this.
Hold
We
up
had
that
to
piece
drop
of
it a couple
stainless
minutes.
again. Richard would like to see that piece of stainless you engraved.
The stainless?
Yeah.
That's engraved and polished, so it's not coming off. And it's not going to come out good on camera. I mean, it's black.
It looks good from here.
What's that material that you engraved it on?
This is stainless, polished stainless steel. No accelerant. So I didn't use anything but the laser. All I did was change the laser frequency. That was it.
Because we were discussing that earlier, how a diode laser couldn't do it, like when I showed Liam my knife.
Yeah, but I'd like to know what frequency you're adjusting, because
1,000. I adjusted it from 10,000 to 10,000 is the normal frequency for a diode laser, and I brought it down.
Pulse rate.
What's that?
Is that the frequency of the pulse rate, or what is it?
It's the PWM.
Oh, so the pulse width modulation you're adjusting.
Yes.
Okay.
The modulation, yes.
Okay.
So I brought that down to 1,000 because you have access to all of the Gerbil code, you know, on this machine, unlike other machines. I brought it down to 1,000. I actually did a bunch of testing. I did so the gold color I got at 1,500, and the gray color I got at 3,000. So there are three different colors that so far that I've been able to get. It's going to take a lot of testing to find out what frequency to use to get every color.
Yeah,
so it's not like, you know, you run one job with 20 different boxes and you figure out what colors are which. Because you're just using different speeds and powers. This one I'm using different frequencies. So I have to run one box and then run the next one and you know, make notes and then run the next one to create the library to figure out what colors to make on the stainless.
Yeah. So you're basically doing longer, slower pulses, so it has more time on when only one section of the metal.
Hang on a second. It's not selling for $8.99. So the website is under construction. Please don't go to the website. The link doesn't work. If the PayPal works, you're going to get a refund on it. That's not the final website. You know, I'm not trying to tell people go to the website.
Yeah,
it's not finished. It's they just started the website. It's a brand new company. This came to market, 30 days ago. So the very first ones that they sold were all contact sales. Where the owner of the company made direct contact with people.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be for sale on Amazon. They are on Amazon right now. I think you can get it for $4.99 without the enclosure, camera, and exhaust. And in the next couple of days, when my video launches, you'll be able to get it for $8.99.
No, I like the full kit. I like the way it looks. It's nice. It's tidy.
It is solid. It's heavy. It's
What's
what
the
you would
focal distance?
Expect it should be.
What's its focal distance?
34 millimeters, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an SF lens.
And you can always do a ramp test anyway, in case there's always sometimes a bit of a leeway. So you do a ramp test to validate.
I never ever do a ramp test when I do review.
Hey Jared, how you doing, buddy?
Because the majority of people won't do the ramp test.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, people like us will always do a ramp test for our own use.
After the review video, I'll do a ramp test. But I can tell you that
Jared.
I'm pretty sure. Let me show you something that's going to blow your mind.
Yeah, Jared, I'm still working with their support. I'm guessing they're approaching the time to say, okay, we'll send you a replacement. We'll do an RMA, but I want them to send me the replacement, and then I'll even though I still have the box, I'm not telling them that. So if they ship me the replacement, I'll put the old one in the old box and ship it back. I want to do an exchange. I don't want to lose time of printing.
This is going to blow your mind, guys. Everything that you would want, Jerry, make me bigger. Everything that you'd want from a diode company is done by this company. Can you believe that?
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Zach popping in. Hey, Zach.
This came with it, Jerry.
Okay, so with settings and all.
This was assembled and tested at the factory by this man that signed it.
And they sent the test card with each laser, so you know exactly what you're getting and what it does at what speed.
This is the test card for this laser.
That's nice.
Nice.
Every single laser is going to be assembled, tested at the factory. The person's going to sign their name to it down here, and you're going to get the test card of you know. I mean, it's everything that
Nice.
could possibly be on your wish list. He's ticked the boxes on.
So
Nice.
was it? So HC, send me a whisper with your email address, and I will send you the G code of the file that I use for testing.
Let's say hi to Zach. See how he's doing. Hey, Zach, what's going on?
How you doing, Zach?
Pretty good. My $3 truck, mate.
That's a chuck. Oh, nice.
Cool.
What do you use that for?
Just a desk toy. It's not rigid enough to really hold much. Like, I can clamp on this spool here. Let's see.
Or sorry, HC, you can email me at astroprinter@protonmail.com as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
still
not
waiting.
super rigid, but it's
Still waiting for Bamboo to email me. So I'm hoping between now and the 1st, they're going to email me, and when they're shipping my X1 Carbon with AMS.
nice.
Yeah, I'll send you the G code file so you can run a test.
Tim from TH3D donated a roll of spaghetti filament earlier. We gave away a roll from TH3D. That was
Okay.
very nice to them.
So that looks like a nice package, Chris. Rich. It looks like
Yeah.
a really nice setup.
Jerry, I sent you a link in the private chat to the post on my forum with the interview with the CEO.
All right. Post it.
Oh, I have to check it out. I'm gonna let me post it. I'll watch that later on.
Liam, are you a member there?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at the post right now. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys. So that's the link to the forum. I don't want to dominate the whole conversation here, but I'm really excited about this. I can't tell you.
I like the look and setup of it. It looks like it comes as a complete package with everything you need.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I would ask above what he already has there is a chuck rotary option, because some things don't sit right and are better in the chuck, right? Other than that, it looks like it's an all-in.
Yeah,
and I like the way it looks. So
well, another thing too is that
either.
it's a Z chuck. It's a Z chuck on this one. I mean a Z roller. So very simple. Plug in, plug out. You know.
Yeah.
You know, but unless you're using Gerbil, then you have to unplug one of the Ys. You know, so.
Yeah, no, I'm Lightburn all the way, man.
Yeah, but some laser Gerbil people, they don't have X control, so they have to unplug the Y and plug into the Y.
Mm-hmm.
But but it's very simple to set up the roller. I love this roller. I've done a bunch of stuff on it already. Mm-hmm. I've done up to a 32-ounce tumbler, and let me tell you, Jerry, the fact of the precision base, the precision setup of the roller, the low profile and the sticky rollers, and then to change the roller size, it's just so simple. You just unscrew them real quick, slide the bar up. It's got springs on it. You push them back down, screw them back in, and you're ready for the next size.
Yeah, Jack in the shop. I think the one you're referring to is a laser pecker. The laser pecker has a one where they'll flip the roller upside down and it'll move across your piece, or with the roller pointing skywards, you can put a piece on it and it'll move along in the roller. But
yeah,
that's
I have a new laser in the shop. I think it's about 24 inches wide, maybe less. I don't know. It's a big, huge box, about 24 inches wide. It has an unlimited wide. So on the bottom there are 4 wheels, and with an unlimited Y. So if you have, let's say you wanted to do a Chinese drape, right? You know, they write this way. So you could take like a 1x10 and set it down on top of the 1x10 and make it 10 feet long if you wanted to, and it'll roll up and engrave the whole thing as it goes. I
got
that
it,
one.
HC. Thank you. I will reply to you with the G code file later on.
Okay. Nice. What's new, Zach? What have you been up to?
Same old, same old. Working, playing.
More playing than working. I know you.
I've seen 2 or 3 videos this morning when I got up and yesterday about comparing the FL Sun V400 speed at 400 millimeters a second to the Bamboo at 500. And it looks like in all the tests, the V400 came in with better quality prints at a faster time than the Bamboo at 500 millimeters a second.
Yeah, but the FL Sun is an open printer, so you can't print the high temperature.
Yeah, I understand that
stuff, and you know, I have a hard time with deltas because it's so difficult to get good dimensional accuracy, and for the stuff I like to print, that is super important.
Well, the V400 runs in Clipper, so you can adjust all that settings easy in the config file.
Earlier, Sergio HVAC was on. He's having trouble getting the first layer down, but I guess his nozzle was bent.
No, we fixed that. He had a bent. No, he had a bent heat break, which he replaced, but he just had his bed was dirty, and he scrubbed it with dish soap. And by the end of our stream, he was printing fine. We reminded him to do the Dawn dishwasher soap and then IPAs.
And then IPA, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's printing fine now after that.
If you really having trouble, a little bit of sandpaper and then IPA.
I gotta say,
that's a last resort. You shouldn't need it on a PEI sheet.
I still need it every now and then, and it really super helps.
Yeah.
Especially on the smoother. Like I got a couple of ulti sticks which are really, really low texture, and a little bit of sandpaper on that brings them out great.
Yeah, or the filament ones are the same.
That was on her X tool, Rich. She broke it.
The air assist. Yeah, she's getting a replacement. It's just a nozzle you need to replace, and it's T connector, or it's L connector.
I can't reply to the text, Kate. I'm in the studio, so I can't reply to the comments. Sorry.
You'd have to pull up YouTube and type there, because in StreamYard only the person running a stream can type.
Yeah. YouTube is delayed when I pull that up. Let me see.
Yeah, that's a nice fidget spinner gadget for the desk.
Especially in a machine shop. I'll have guys coming in like, oh, that's so cool. And just sit there and play with it.
You design it?
No, this is on printables.
Jerry, I need to go. I have to get. Right. I have some engraving to get started tonight.
All right.
I have 400 of those sticks to engrave tonight.
We've got 33 people watching, 15 on Twitch and 18 on YouTube right now.
There are grooves in the pillars of the V400 that fit perfectly with a 1.5 millimeter. Yeah, I suppose you could always do it. Yeah, you could always enclose it, but I wouldn't bother with it. Like unless you're doing ASA or polycarbonates or nylon or ABS, you don't need to enclose it. You don't need to enclose a printer that's doing PLA or PETG or any of the soft, like the rubber materials. You don't need an enclosure for that.
Yeah, if you're in, like my Kitty iFast, this $2,500 printer, when I'm doing PLA, I've got to leave the plastic lid off the top because it'll get too warm, it'll cause a clog.
Yeah.
So,
Liam, before you go, I don't get notifications on your lives.
I don't know why.
Can you send me one?
Sorry, I can send you next time I'm going live. I'll be live. I won't be live this Tuesday on my Hangout because my son is a swim meet, so I might go live some other evening during the week.
When you guys subscribe to people, ding the bell, click the
Yeah,
bell.
if you go to my YouTube, check the bell and make sure you select all
I did.
options.
No, I
But
did.
I can drop you a message. I can drop you an email.
Yeah, if you can just message me, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I won't be able to make it, but I mean, in the future, Jerry messages me. That's why I remember.
Yeah,
But,
no. Well, I said I won't be doing a hangout this Tuesday because my son has a swim meet.
I message so
for
many
some
people every
reason-
week, they probably get tired of hearing it. So sometimes certain people I skip, and I like met Michael from Teaching Tech. I'll send him a link every month or two. I don't do it every week because it's going to annoy him. I know he's really busy.
Yeah.
But other people that I know won't get annoyed, I throw them the same link. I type
Oh,
up one link,
I'd rather
and I copy and share it.
I'd rather have the link than not have it at all. I don't get notifications on lives for anybody.
That's
on
weird.
YouTube. I don't know why.
Like Liam says, "Oh, I'm a guest, huh?" Well, I copied and pasted that, and I send the same thing to everybody. I don't
I'm
retype
just
it.
giving you a hard time, Jerry.
Yeah, I just go down through my contacts and everybody I think might want to join, and I copy and paste, copy paste.
It's funny. It's funny. Like instead of like I got the notification that you invite me as a guest, and like my first reaction is, "What? I'm a guest? Normally I'm a pain in the butt."
Well, when I used to have special guests on, it would be a one-on-one for an hour, but I haven't done that in a very long time. So when I say a guest, I mention that we'll have up to 10 people at a time on screen. And some people don't want to be around a lot of other people because the more you have on screen, it's harder to talk.
Yeah.
So I just sit here and I watch everybody's face. If I see something start to pop up, I'll throw you in the corner and I'll full screen you. And when somebody's in the back room, I don't want to make them late. So then I got to interrupt the guy talking to announce who's coming in. So I do my best to juggle everything. So
yeah.
See, it's really hard to talk in this channel because Jerry never shuts up.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I'm usually pretty quiet, actually. But...
We can say this to Jerry because we know him so well, all right? He takes it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I better go. I have other work to do.
Later, man. Have a great day.
Take care, guys. And HC,
Bye-bye.
I will send that to you this evening. Once after dinner, I'll send it to you.
Cool.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
And then there were 3.
And soon to be 2. I got to get back to the other shop. Get back to my testing on. I'm so behind on that. There's just so much that I want to test, on that laser before I do the video. But what was I going to say? I had something to say. Oh, that chuck that you just made. Let me see you turn it sideways. Does it hold sideways? No, with the tumbler in it.
Oh no, this has got drink in it, and it's if you printed it out of PLA, it might be rigid enough, but this is all PETG, and it's just flexible enough that it doesn't do very well. So.
You guys were talking earlier.
Got a big project you're working on, Zach? HC's wondering.
Not really.
You guys were talking earlier about, and I see it all over the internet, about projects not sticking to the bed. I have never had a problem with any of my Anycubics sticking to the build plate.
Yeah, it's usually just clean your bed surface with IPA, soap and water, or both.
Yeah, but I've never used anything. I clean it with alcohol and start the job.
No, I'll tell you what my big project is. Waiting on the weather to warm up so I can start working on my Volkswagen.
Yeah, what kind you got?
I've got a 1981 Volkswagen Vanagon Westfalia.
Oh man, that's a nice one.
So the engine and transmission, the original air-cooled engine and manual transmission are coming out.
Yeah.
And a 2006 Subaru Forester engine and automatic transmission are going back in its place.
Nice. My first car was a Beetle. Was a 1959 Beetle from Germany.
Nice.
Had no floorboards in it.
I used to have a Baja Bug in high school.
So Kate asked where I'm at. I'm in Southeast Virginia. It's not, we don't get cold winters, but I don't have a garage. So this is done in my driveway.
Oh, wow.
So it's got to be, good weather and good temperature for me to want to go outside and work. And I need to wait until it's consistent, because the plan is to pull the engine and transmission out of the Subaru, tear it down, do all the maintenance I can think of to it. There's a couple of specific things that I have to change on the engine to make it work in the bus.
Uh-huh.
And then the transmission, the way a Subaru transmission is It's got 2 drive shafts that come out of the side of the transmission for the front wheels.
Right.
And then it's got a center differential in the tail of the transmission and a drive shaft that runs to the back.
Right.
But what I have to reverse the output, because the bus is rear engine, the front of the engine points out the back.
How do you do that?
They're unmodified and mount the axles up to the transmission front.
How do you
it's going to
how
drive
do you do
backwards.
that?
So the tail of the transmission, the output goes straight in line with the transmission into a center differential that goes to the drive shaft. And off that center differential is a gear that meshes with another gear that drives the front differential.
Right.
So what you do is I've got a kit that will take the transmission apart, will actually cut the center differential off the output shaft, and will remove the sprocket off of the output shaft and then the input for the front diff, and then replace them with a couple of sprockets and a chain, so it reverses the rotation. So instead of gear meshing, it's a chain, so it'll go the same direction.
Wow.
Like that versus like that.
That's amazing.
So
I would have never thought that was possible.
It drives the front differential backwards. So that makes basically the transmission runs in reverse.
Right.
And the coolest thing about it is the guy who engineered this, the cap that goes over the end where the tail of the transmission used to be, there's a new cap that goes there. It's got a mount built in it that accepts the factory Volkswagen transmission mount in the factory transmission mount location.
Wow.
And then the engine, because it's a boxer, just like the Volkswagen engine is, the engine has a carrier bar that comes out and has mounts in the same spot as the stock mounts on the engine. I think what ends up happening is the engine has 2 bolts on either side of the frame rail, right?
Yeah.
And what happens is the front bolt lines up with the back hole with the carrier bar. So I have to drill 2 holes into the frame to put in 2 more bolts.
That sounds like a hell of a project to me.
But no, there's no fabrication needed. Just 2 holes to be drilled for the mount locations to work. And then I've got adapters that just pop in the transmission for the Subaru, and the factory Volkswagen axles bolt right up to it.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nice because there's not a lot of fabrication and almost everything's just off the shelf.
Wow.
I think I'm going to raid over to MakerDeck, guys. Everybody that's on Twitch, I'm going to raid over to MakerDeck. Everybody that's on YouTube, I want to thank everybody on both channels for watching today. It's been really awesome. Leon, like you said, might come on tomorrow. Look forward to Rich's next video coming out on this new laser. And I have links that have been popping up throughout the live stream for Rich's channel over on YouTube. And what's your second channel called? Laser.
What's that?
What's your second channel called?
Oh,
Maker's Realm.
The Maker's Realm, yeah.
The Maker's Realm.
Uh-huh.
And he has a couple guys on there with him each and every week, and he has a great live stream. So everybody, please check him out. And Zach, thank you very much for joining. Everybody have an awesome day, and I'll be back next Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific, and hopefully I'll hear from Bamboo Labs soon. So we're going to raid over to MakerDeck. You start the raid, it'll get going here in just a minute, and we'll end this. But thank you, everybody. It's been awesome. Thank you very much, Rich, for joining. I really appreciate it. Take care, Zach. Have a great day.
See ya.
And ready to raid. Here we go. Starting the raid for Twitch now and ending on YouTube. Thanks, everybody. You have an awesome day. Raid should be jumping over, and here we go.